My darling, am I pleased to see you?
My sound's really quiet?
Well, we've always been each other's greatest nemesis.
Oh, no.
Nemesis.
Nemesis.
You know, Claire, if you, how much does it cost? My mic is fine, but my everything else is really low? Alright. Nope. Cocktail sauce is lotion for shrimp? Ooh, kind of. Oh, also, what I brained earlier, I misread the shrimp takes the lotion or else it gets the hose again. I thought it said the shrimp takes the lotion or else it gets the horse again. And I was worried about what that meant. Rubber duck simulator. No, I can't type. Cool. Is it not on Steam? Is it elsewhere in life? Oh no, I just can't type at all. Harry has a non-zero chance of having a flashback and hallucinating a rubber duck. I mean, that's fair. Is it Placid Plastic Duck Simulator? Is it Duck Simulator 2? What's the name of this game? No, we're playing Disco. We're absolutely playing Disco. I'm just trying to decide what it would take for me to play Rubber Duck Simulator. It is only $2. Placid Plastic Duck Simulator. It is $2. Colors, shapes, forms. Okay. Half of your... Oh, wait. Is the new Outlast out now? Oh, no. It's in early access or whatever, right? Right. Claire, I put it in my wish list. It's very possible. Or if you include DLC. Yeah, but that makes things cost money. More than $2 at least. It's time. It's time to hang out with Harry and the gang. Okay? Enough of this pussyfooting around. No pussy feet. Only dick feet? No, I don't care for that. Manly foot peni. Alright, I had just agreed to find a dog. Not a dog, a bug.
It's a great place to hide something. Kind of out of the way.
Ooh.
It's so close to the water.
Wait, I can't see anything.
You don't have a reason to. Yet.
Okay.
Nothing. Just a hunch.
Well, okay, so in the reads is something important. I forgot I have this cool hat. So for a moment of fuck that guy, a fella announced his presidential candidacy via a Twitter Q&A stream, and he got less viewers than when a certain Democrat played Among Us for charity. Are we talking about fucking shitbag DeSantis? Because fuck that guy.
There's a trap in the reeds at your feet. Looks like the same one you saw Morel set before.
Yeah.
Same mesh. Same
Well, yeah,
wiring.
I mean, Twitter is a ghost town compared to back then. I just hate... Can I just make... Actually, wait. No, let's pause real quick. This is important for me. Before we even get into an election year, because fuck, that's next year. Kill me. Fuck Ron DeSantis. And fuck Elon Musk. Fuck them both. Also, fuck Joe Biden while we're at it. Alright. Cool, we got there.
Behind you, a ruined residential building looms over the reeds.
Oh shit, we gotta
shielding
get back to
them
the game.
from the wind. They rustle confidentially, in tune with the pitter-patter of the rain. When this district was booming, the reeds were kept at bay. Nothing obscured the freshly painted facades. Nowhere for drunks and adventurous teenagers to hide. Now only the wind blows.
Klez, what does that sentence mean? Thoughts on Flying Dog BWIG Sommed being? Being? I'll be running in the 2032 presidential campaign where my primary platform will be fist fighting all of America's problems. I'm okay with that. We don't have enough time to fully explain what the fuck Florida. Wait, so Flying Dog, the whole brewery, or just the location in BWI? Did BWI need to be in there for any reason?
Locusts are crawling around in the trap, confused but uneaten. You see no...
I gave you... You can't do this every time. I'm genuinely gonna ban you from chat. I gave you 2 options. You can't say yes. BWI was an accident. Okay. Well, I didn't know that they sold. Who'd they sold to? And my thoughts are like, I don't particularly care. The people who brewed their stuff bought them, so FX Matt up in New York.
Big surprise. Anyway, 1 down, 3 to go.
So, a funny story, I bought booze today, forgot to get Malort. So, I have disabled this. I mean, I'm surprised that FX Matt has that kind of money, but good for them. It probably changes literally nothing. Now that they've been bought. I was hoping I would be the first one. We do still love the queer and Jewish people in Florida that do not want their government to do any of this shit. We cannot abandon them. Oh no, I know, Aniros. I know. I'm just letting y'all know that I still don't have any Malort. What was I about to fucking say? Oh yeah, no, there's I don't know, Ron DeSantis is fucking evil and shit's gonna be bad. The Frederick location really was limited. Yeah, well, all they did was like the weird one-off stuff, not the big name brews. Like, I don't have enough channel points to malort you until next stream. Well, that's a relief, honestly. I mean, is it going away? Because I forgot to buy Malort. Because I don't remember that I want to punish myself until it's too late. Wait, what's going on? I don't... You could just save him up for Catastrophic Chaos on my stream anniversary. That's fair. That is only 2 weeks out. It's going away, but they want to stay in Frederick. Oh. Miss Twitch Project. Thoughts on how to combat high inflation? I will be entering every CEO into a cell game style battle to submission. All who fall to me must drop prices by 10% for the next 7 years. Failure to participate Will me asset forfeiture to eminent domain. It'll be in the next one, surely.
Surely. Anyway, the air is nice and fresh here.
Behind you, a ruined residential building looms.
10% isn't enough. It needs to be
shielding
much
them
more.
from the wind. They rustle confidentially. When this
It
district
should just be a fight to the
the
death.
reeds were
And
kept
whichever
at bay.
CEO
Nothing
survives
freshly painted
just
facades.
dies last at the
Nowhere
hands of
for
the
drunks and
proletariat.
adventurous teenagers to hide. Now only the wind blows.
Did I already look at this building? Yeah, I did. Right. Oh, that's not the button I wanted. Can we send the Highlander to Mars? Who's the Highlander? What's a Highlander? What kind of Highland are we talking about here? How do I get anywhere in this world? You're the Highlander? Congratulations. I'm gonna fucking steal all this shit immediately. Fence. Alright, fences exist. Cool. Healing. Charges nothing, it's empty. Yeah, we got money. There can only be class. Honestly, the things that we do or don't establish, I don't fucking remember 99% of the
You
time.
see a once bright mural towering above you.
I mean, I knew you were
Signage has
immortal,
peeled off over the years,
but I forgot that you
can still
were
make out.
a Highlander.
Feld Electrical R&D.
Feld. Okay. What are these people doing?
And Mikhail noticed the windows, especially with how there are no windows on the south side. This was to deal with.
Huh.
You officers, come to investigate the historic subtext of West Martinez? I'm Tran Heilostam. You must be Kim Kisuragi, right? I was just telling my son about this building. Not a lot of people realize the historic significance here. Very rich in hypertext.
Our canon is a mess. Well, I mean, all canon is a
Nice
mess.
to meet you.
Hold on, hypertext?
Yes, hypertext. Young Carp and the collection of cultural hyperlinks.
He's just making up fancy words.
That's what I'm
This
thinking.
doesn't mean anything.
What was that about Windows?
Oh yes, so Mikhail. They had to deal with monitor glare, especially in the summer. They still had vector monitors back then. That was 49 years ago. So they didn't have windows on the south wall.
Are we firing Klez out of a cannon to test his immortality? No, we're firing Klez out of a cannon to send him to Mars. The point of inflation domination is to set examples, not spill blood yet. If they die, another CEO will just placate before performing greater evils. If they live but barely, then they'll remember what they have to go through to chase their greed. I am taming dragons, not slaying them. Well, why not slay them, Claire? There is no reason to tame them. You kill them. That's what you do. That's what you're supposed to do. I don't want how to tame your dragon. I want fucking get them all. Don't want any left. I want... Because then I get dragons. You don't want dragons, Claire. Not these kind of dragons. Writing a CEO sounds less than whimsical. See?
No, I can't say that we've met before, but I've heard of Kim, of course. Mikhail, say hi to the officers.
The kid doesn't do shit. His worm-themed coloring book.
Mikhail's a little tired today. We spent all night trying to run Orbis on his radio computer. Have you heard of it?
Dragging these
It's
tits.
a programming language used in Grad. Quite tricky, but he wanted to play this Grad-made adventure program. We've been getting really into worms lately. But I assume you're not here for giant worms when there are so many real things to see. Just as I was telling Mikhail before, this is where the Coalition landed in '08. We could be standing on what is the most interesting landmark in Revachol West.
This man is your half-brother. You feel it. But why?
What? What's so interesting
Aha!
about this building?
But it's not just any empty old building.
I think we just got sounds happening now.
What not a lot of people know is this used to be the R&D department of Felt Electrical. And Felt, which now sells ink cartridges mostly, was once a top dog in the turn-of-the-century cybernetics boom.
Hold on. What's R&D?
Look at the building.
It looks old
Building?
and
Building.
weathered, with seagulls picking apart its stone and metal carcass.
Well, clearly
The
it's
undergrowth has taken
recherche
hold of the collapse.
and development.
Set a mess on a broken legacy.
What's an R&D department?
Apologies, it's an acronym for research and development. They don't use it anymore.
Divergently neurotic is better than R&D? Okay. DN is like HR, but it stands for deadly neurotoxin. Oh, I forgot about that, and it makes me happy.
Research and technological development.
Yep.
Mayor Kalpa, you are not familiar with that one either. This man is a bookhead.
RTD stands for ready to drink, where I come from. Can you be devious in this game? Yeah, I've been nothing but devious so far.
That's not surprising. Only a vestigial ink cartridge and ferrotape manufacturer remains. They started out as a midway electronics outfit in Königstein 2 centuries ago. After an aggressive move to Revachol, Feld became a global player in the emerging personal electronics market of the...
You can, but you're bad at it. But you're bad at everything.
Still, Tricentennial was beating them in business machines.
Morally, politically,
But Feld
sexually. I
had an
mean,
ace up their
devious.
sleeve. Or should I say, they were
And all of the above
an ace up their
so
sleeve.
far.
I'm mixing my metaphors here.
You are, in fact, a bad lieutenant. That's one of them Klaus Christofferson movies, right?
It was here in Martinez, possibly in this very building, that they developed prototypes for a tape computer.
That's a JoJo stand. Port of Call, New Orleans. Yeah, that's the Klaus
An
Christofferson
elegant
flick,
folding
right?
mechanism of rollers and ferrotape ribbons, portable enough
Port of
to
Call,
be
New
taken home
Orleans, the
solution,
bad lieutenant.
revolutionizing business machines, possibly even bring them to the average consumer.
Modular vibe. What's up, buddy? Oof, I can't type. What are you
He's my
working
best
on?
friend, he's my pal.
What have you? Are you still darkest thing in
He's my
dungeoning?
sweet cheese, my
Which
good
is a
time
feat of
boy.
engineering, even today's giants, Rain, ICN, and Zam.
It's also batshit
haven't
Nick Crazy
achieved.
Cage movie. Wow, my words did the ways. I mean, I know that it's a Nick Cage movie. I just needed to pretend for a minute that I was unaware of things. Bad Company is a JoJo stand, but the official translation is something like Worst Company because copyright.
Indeed. What?
The revolution!
Okay, little kid.
Unfortunately, their moonshot project.
Oh, I
never
need to
made it
teach
the
this kid to be a
market.
communist.
Feld's move to Revachol backfired. The revolutionary government liquefied their assets and expropriated those very advanced prototypes, possibly from this very building, or one of the adjacent ruins. All of this was built by Feld, even the boardwalk. Wild Pines built Martinez proper as a resort for their middle management. Feld built this side of town for R&D. Yes, they even built a pleasure wheel, but that got destroyed in the war.
It's a pleasure wheel, a Ferris wheel.
Pleasure wheel?
Perhaps reminded of a childhood memory. It's clear he would prefer there were a big wheel lighting up the coast.
Okay, that's fair.
Yes, to lure in their star engineers. This part of Martinez was nothing but reeds before Feld arrived. They had to make the prospect of living here attractive. It was supposed to become a global center for innovation in cybernetics. But history had other plans.
What happened to the engineers? The company people?
Oh, I'm afraid it didn't end well for the boys.
The
But
boys.
this story is a bit too dark for little Mikhail here. Now, if you were to ask about tape computers,
What did the revolutionaries want with those advanced tape computers?
they used them for military communications, but also to write and send out press releases. The most notorious example being Le Décret de Mars.
I don't know enough French.
What's the Mars Decree? I mean the radio
Oh.
transmission sent out to news agencies and world governments by
Got
the
it.
newly created Commune of Revachol on the 7th of March in the year 02. It's a beautiful piece of text, actually. A singer-songwriter I know, Charette, called it a love poem to Revachol on her political concept album Bon Baiser d'Insolente. You should read it. Every local library in Revachol stocks a copy of the decree.
The good Bazers of Insolent. Because I don't know French.
I tried to get Mikhail to memorize it. Tried to. Someone was much too interested in worms to be paying any attention.
Yeah. How do those tape computers work?
Actually, no one knows.
Oh,
no
cool,
one
great.
even knows what a computer made entirely of tape would look like. But word has it, they were very elegant, exquisite, alien-looking turn-of-the-century hardware. 10 years ago, I did a little freelancing, I guess you could say. I was a special consultant for an exhibition at the Wompty Dumpty Dum Center in Vredefort, Oranje. It raised the same questions, and we had
Wompty
lengthy
Dumpty Dum?
discussions with Paul Ockerman, who was head curator at the time. This was before the twins Keith and Guy Jews joined the team, trying to...
Wompty Dumpty Dom Center? The Wompty Dumpty Dom Center. The Wompty Dumpty Dom Center. The Center for Wompty Dumpty Dom.
Wait, did he just say Wumpty Dum Center?
I love this game.
He did it. He said Wumpty Dumpty Dum Center, like it's the most natural thing in the world.
I know, it's fucking weird.
What the hell is a Wumpty Dumpty Dum Center? And who the hell are Keith and Guy Juiced?
Tell me about these things.
The Wompty Dumpty Dum Center for Contemporary Art. The exhibition itself drew on Lagerman's notion of memory, and so there were some parallels. That's why the head curator, Paul Ockerman, chose to...
Is he making this up?
In fact, I'm not. The Wompty Dumpty Dum Center is a place you can visit if you're ever in Vredefort and are ever in the market for an exhibition space / contemporary art research center.
JoJo's legally distinct names for stands is funny, like Bad Company becomes Worse Company, and Boys to Men becomes Boy Man Man. Boy Man Man is a great superhero.
But perhaps I should return to the tape computers. As I was saying, the device itself was very elegant, fragile even. One could write directly on the tape using a special chemical solution. The machine would then analyze the handwriting, perform operations, and project output onto a white screen. It was a beautiful, delicate thing.
That's weird.
Made of black film and folding tape structures.
Cool.
Very, very cool. Though I understand the socio-economic causes of the revolution, it pains me to imagine the revolutionaries setting fire to this precious device. But so they did. The felt playback experiment vanished into the fires of 07.
It's a failed playback experiment?
Shut up and
Yes,
take
the
my
official
money.
name of the prototype.
I forgot
Some
the most
sources
important
report it
one.
as the felt
Limp
playback
Bizkit became
experience,
flaccid pancake.
but those are incorrect.
Oh.
Who knows? Maybe it was an accident, or maybe they didn't want the technology to end up in the wrong hands. Either way, they're all gone now. All 3 versions of the prototype. Nothing but debris and ashes remain inside that building.
Let's talk about something else.
Of course. What else?
You look like someone who has money. Do you have money?
I do have some money, yes, but that's not what's really important here.
I don't want your money. I just wanted to see whether my profiling skills
Of course,
were working.
detective, I wouldn't have assumed anything else. Matter of fact, I don't know if you're familiar with this, but the Vespertine Department of Justice has published a rather interesting paper on the criminal profiling in former socialist states. Have you read it? If not, then you definitely should. If not for tips and tricks, then just for theoretical curiosity. Anyway, that's just a little something that sprang to mind. You were saying?
Okay, well, thanks
No,
for the
thanks to
information.
you for having me and little Mikhail here to pick your brain.
This guy's weird. He makes me questioning. He makes me questioning, you know? This motherfucker really telling us to read theory. He's my hat. Oh, I don't know if he's... Is he, though? Electricity flows through the wires with audible power. Is this a phone?
A metal payphone.
It
A
is!
yellow plastic dome. You could use it to call someone, unless you're out of change. You hear the tone. The machine is inoperable.
Well, yeah, let's dial a random number. Let's go.
Calling. Still calling. This feels wrong. End of tone.
Pierre, is that you, Pierre?
Yikes. Yikes. Oh, this is not
Do you
Pierre.
have any news about Pierre?
Who's Pierre?
He's my sister's grandson. He used to visit me as a lad. Fine young man. But who are you then? A salesman of some sort? Modern goods are rubbish, and I can't afford them anyhow. It's a shame what you did to our country.
We're just calling a random number and you somehow ran with it. What exactly did we do to your country? I don't know who I am, but who are you? No, I'm a police officer.
To hell with the police. To hell with you.
Her voice is drowned
Okay,
in white
fair.
noise. You get a sinking feeling. It makes you look if Lieutenant Kitsuragi overheard you. To your relief, he did not.
Okay, well that was a great use of 10 cents. Really feeling like I've had a new and important life experience. Calls become terrible sometimes. True facts. I've been down here, right? Does this look familiar to me? Perhaps. Perhaps not. Oh, I recognize that house. Oh, and those kids. Okay. So let's go see what's up there in that little corner I didn't go into. Still just wandering around with a crowbar. Ready to crow. It's strikingly familiar to me. It appears to be made out of pixels.
Someone has left an unidentifiable article of clothing on this railing. It smells really bad.
Take a look.
It's streaked with dried seagull shit and tangled with pieces of seaweed. It seems likely that it was left in the surf until someone laid it out on this fence to dry out. Unfortunately, that just seems to have stiffened it into a shapeless mass.
Please tell me you're not taking that with you.
I think this is the jacket Idiot Doom Spiral guy wanted me to find. It might be a clue.
You think our suspect is a seagull who's been defecating on unsuspecting jackets?
Could have been multiple seagulls.
A poet could write a dozen verses and still not begin to capture the profound vexation in that sigh.
Stiff, shapeless mass was my nickname in high school.
You should still take it. It's probably doom spirals.
Yeah, I agree. I want that coat. What's in there? Money! Makes you fruit vagrants have tried to make the boardwalk habitable. A big wine canister. A big wine canister? Wine comes in canisters in these parts? coin-operated weighing machine. Throw you a coin-operated weighing machine. Vagrants have recently painted this tarp red. Water drips from it. Mega Bino's prescription lenses. Nice. Apparently the dude who rented a U-Haul and rammed a barricade near the White House was basically Measurehead. I heard that he had a significant flag amongst his paraphernalia. Moonshine. Okay.
The smell. It's awful and familiar.
Isn't it just rotting fish?
Don't be naive.
What is it?
Don't you recognize it? That hideous pungency. That faintly cloying sweetness. Only death smells like that.
Whoa.
Something cold wakes in the pit of your stomach. Fear.
He was the person of color who was toting around a Nazi flag, and when questioned, he said he was very impressed by Hitler's advanced race theory. Ooh. Mega Bino sounds like the nickname a bully would give an albino main character in an after-school special about acceptance. Well, apparently binoclard means person who wears glasses. So Mega Bino, Mega Binoclard.
It is death. It must be.
Something's not
The
right.
lieutenant has already brought a handkerchief to his nose.
Well, I'm going to investigate this corpse last. I'm going to go look out amongst the city. Alright. I guess
A man lies on the boardwalk.
working class
His
corpse.
limbs bent and neck turned at an unnatural angle. Right next to him is an empty bottle of spirits.
Mystery solved.
In his
0.
front hand, a chewing gum wrapper.
Corpses, too.
Half of his body has slipped between the cracked boardwalk, starting with the right leg. The fall has left him broken, contorted like a sad puppet.
Hold on. Lividity is faintly pronounced. Whoever this is has been dead for 2 days. No longer. We need to investigate.
Calm now. Carefully. Just another day. Just another dead body. Breathe.
Study the clothes.
He's wearing mud-caked boots, beige trousers, and an old brown leather jacket with a bright blue lining. There are traces of kebab sauce on his chest.
Yeah, I'll search his
You
pockets.
find some sunflower seeds and a rain-soaked library card folded into two. His jacket feels sodden and heavy under your hand.
Good. We should take a look at that library card after this is done.
Working Class Corpse is a band name. Oh, it really is. I guess we gotta put all our newly learned smarts into another field autopsy?
The
Probably.
man has fallen through a crack in the boardwalk and hit his head against the metal bench. Coagulated
We
blood
gotta
covers
grip
his
and
black
grip it,
hair.
is what we gotta
One
do.
of his feet is still dangling through the hole. You have to be quite inebriated to fall that bad. Well over a liter of pure
Beer.
ethanol, 3 bottles of wine, or 1.5 of spirits.
Nah, okay.
Or maybe it was just dark. His expression is dull, like the sea behind him. Drops of water shining on his mustache. His eyes, empty and wide, look frightening in their frozen gaze. Height, 170 to 175 centimeters. Curly hair, stout build. Age, approximately 50 to 60 years. He was confused when he died. Confused and alone, most likely. Overcome with the awful surprise of it all. He was just about to head home. The first step back home proved to be his last.
Whoa.
That's what the chewing gum seems to point to as well.
Study the surroundings.
There's some dried blood on the metal bench, right where the corpse's head rests. The floorboards are rotten and slippery wet around the hole. An empty bottle lies nearby. A chewing gum wrapper is clutched in his fist.
Examine the head.
A dried chunk of blood covers the hair at the back of his head. An open wound. It's sticky and cold to your touch.
I'm glad I'm still wearing those gloves.
This is what killed him. This is where he came out of himself. Drop by drop, when he was unconscious. It took 3, maybe 4 minutes.
I don't see any other major wounds, do you?
Hard to say.
Seems like the head wound was fatal. It's exactly the shape of the bench.
Step on the floor.
They screech under your feet ominously. It's hard to say whether the dead man's weight was the cause of the boardwalk to break. It definitely looks fragile.
Examine the bottle.
A .75 liter Tallulah vodka with its cap missing. There's hardly anything left inside. It's mid-market spirits with a slight touch of menthol. The man meant to enjoy himself, have a good time.
Tear all around us.
Grabowski spearmint chewing gum. Green
It's
leaves
mid.
on the cover. The man's mouth is half agape from the terror of the fall.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna look in the corpse mouth.
The blackness of death. Stench. You think you see white chewing gum too.
He ate the whole pack, right? It's to cover the smell of alcohol before going home. The worst thing is, I've seen it before. Almost the same scenario. Even the chewing gum. It's always the same.
In a ditch off a road below the 881, he thinks. A young father. Then he shakes his head to make the memory stop.
Woof.
The entire boardwalk creaks in the wind as you take a step back.
Looks like one of the locals. He'd have to know this spot to come here. You don't just walk over here. But that's just a lazy assumption. What do you think?
At least this man knew how to party.
Sergeant Fire
Imagine the
Cop,
same
mouth
scene
autopsy
without the
expert. Look,
Now
all
that
I'm
would
saying
be
is,
just
I look in mouths, I reach in mouths. There's something about a dead guy's mouth that just really sets my synapses on fire.
This is an omen, a sign from above. Don't start drinking again.
What we're witnessing is the demise of a great party beast. The leather jacket, the empty vodka bottle. I gotta say it. I'm gonna say it. You could say Bennett has an oral fixation. I don't want to talk about that on stream.
The wedding ring.
Oh.
But let's try to not run ahead. For now, all we know is that he's an unidentified middle-aged man found dead on the Martinez boardwalk.
Tum-tums, though. I do love a tum-tum. I love a tum-tum like a tum-tum loves being full.
Death by misadventure. He slipped and fell through the boardwalk. A truly unfortunate accident. If it wouldn't have been for that bench, he'd be alive.
What about the kebab?
What about it? The deceased ate some kebab. It's probably from a nearby place, maybe in the box.
Sometimes a kebab is just a kebab.
Yeah, probably.
Oh yes.
What about alcohol poisoning and liver failure?
Some symptoms of acute alcohol poisoning could have definitely played a role here. Severe confusion, respiratory depression.
Whatever that sound in the
unpredictable behavior.
background is sounds like just a big series of farts.
But I think that death arrived through head trauma, not liver failure.
You related to the lynching?
No, I don't see anything that points in that direction. For now, let's treat this case as a simple, albeit sad, accident, unrelated to the murder case.
Yes, but what if there's a killer on the loose? 2 suspicious deaths in such a short time
We
frame.
should consider the possibility we're dealing with a sequence killer. I don't think so. Well... yeah, okay.
A sequence killer? There's nothing that connects those 2 bodies. This is a completely different case. An accident.
It's always acute alcohol poisoning, never butt ugly alcohol poisoning.
What if?
Well, yeah, because
all
if
of
it's
this
butt
is
ugly
staged?
alcohol, you don't drink
You could
enough
have
to
seen
get the
something that
poisoning.
night in the yard.
Ooh, someone could have pushed him from behind with intent to kill. I know it's probably like a boat or something, but it just sounds like big farts.
It's possible, but let's take it step by step. We still haven't identified the man.
Okay, well,
They'll seal this place off after the news reaches the coalition officials. I doubt that they have enough resources to actually repair the boardwalk.
fair enough.
Not that sealing it off would keep anyone away. All it does is keep the city council's hands clean. It does seem to be a pretty straightforward misadventure, although there's still a question of identifying the body.
What should we do with
From
him?
where I stand, I can see two options. We either take the case and follow the leads to identify the body on our own, or we report back to the station and leave this for our colleagues to handle.
This is the ugliest alcohol poisoning I've ever seen. Its face is more whitehead than skin. Oh. We found him. We should finish this. What about a field autopsy?
A field autopsy isn't necessary if the cause of death doesn't appear to be criminal.
Okay.
And this looks like a simple accident to me. I'd say we should just write down head trauma in the autopsy report and leave it at that. It would save us at least 2 hours of unnecessary work. Maybe, but we don't really have much time or resources to spare. The guys at processing will take care of the rest.
I'm taking care of it.
We should first examine the library card you found.
Yeah, that's right. Not the clothing. Wait a minute. What? No? Is that it? Here it is.
As you hold it in your hands, it makes an
How did this
uncomfortable
jacket
crunching
get
sound.
so
It's a
disgusting?
sordid, filthy tale, not for the weak. Are you sure you can stomach it?
Yeah, I want to think
It
about
occurs
it.
to you that you're not even holding the jacket itself, but rather the thick crust of jetsam and seagull shit that ensconces it. Why? Why did you think about it? Look at your hands. They're covered in muck.
Ew.
Now you're just flicking that shit everywhere.
Okay, cool.
The library card is folded into two and still slightly wet to the touch. The front side reads, Central Jamrock Public Library Card, issued to Billy Mejean, expires July 53. Billy is a unisex name. Could be the deceased or his family member.
Look at the backside.
If lost, please return the card to the library. Dial 005 02 55211 or visit us at Moreau Street, 78, Jamrock.
Good. We should give them a call from my kinema. See if we can learn anything about Billy Mejean.
Whoever owns this card is an avid reader. You find a list of books written
Now that's a
in
use
blue
of a
pencil.
dime. Yeah.
Radio thriller. Stand a little less between me and the sun. The last one in the list is The Glinton Curve by M. Theobald. A library stamp indicates that the book has been
I
returned.
don't think that's how that name gets pronounced. Billie Eilish?
Most of these titles seem to be in the sci-fi genre. Some thrillers too.
Where's my Wompty Dumpty Dom Center? People have gathered beneath the billowing roof. 29-year-old Wunderkin's Guy and Keith Joost. It's the Wompty Dumpty Dommiest event of the year, and all the cool kids have RSVP'd. The Wompty Dumpty Dom Center, though. Wompty Dumpty Dom Center. Oh, what's up, buddy? I'm glad you're back. Oh, I should look in the trash.
There's some tear, an empty cigarette package, and a crumpled kebab wrapper in the trash bin.
I already have done advanced race theory, and it's just racism. It's just racist
You
nonsense.
see traces of mayonnaise and ketchup on it, as well as a tomato wedge. The wrapper reads, Shish Kebab Revachol. Whoever tossed it here was a heavy smoker. The brand name reads Red Astra.
Okay.
2 empty bottles of Tallulah vodka and a can of black potent porter is all you find.
A tragedy.
He shakes his head with genuine sadness.
Man.
A man lied.
Oh, okay, fine. Stop messing with the coin viewer and hold on to something. Floorboards look rotten and weak. Alright. Yeah, it's not like advanced race theory is not like this is how you drive really fast. It's like this is how racists think the world works. Oh shit, this weird ass church. I forgot. I need to quick save because I want to go into this weird ass church. Dusty Pews. Dusty Pews is my porn name. There's one thing I love.
Wooden doors, more than twice your
It's a
height,
spooky
stand
abandoned
shut
church.
in front of you. The rectangular sea-worn ornamentation appears in stark contrast to the padlock, carelessly drilled into the wood.
Inspect the carpentry.
The carving on the door is block-like and angular, like the church itself.
Surely it's
Two
an
large
obscure but
beams
quaint
shoot
maritime
downwards,
faith about being
sinking
wedded to
into
the sea.
wood before they reach
Yeah,
the
it's
threshold.
just the esoteric order of Dagon. No worries. It's all fine. Run your hand over
The
a bead.
surface is smooth from the wind, but moist to the touch.
Oh, take a look at the padlock.
This cheap-looking padlock is sturdily built. It shackles together a hasp and a staple screwed into the wooden door. The lock is adorned with a yellow sticker.
What's the sticker?
It'll be easier to break the staple than the lock. Also, that sticker is interesting, somehow.
Look at the sticker.
You see a yellow circle with two X's and a big curve below them that looks like a mouth. You're pretty sure you haven't seen it before, but what the symbol depicts is clear enough. A smiling dead guy. The curve makes it smile, and the X's make it dead. There is something blindingly modern about this symbol. Its modernness puts to shame everything you've seen before.
Holy moly!
My kind of people.
Rye Party, welcome to the party! Okay, I really need to fix that command. That is not a good... Hey, welcome in, everybody. Did it work? Oh, it did work. Oh, you were playing Disco Elysium as well. Okay, cool. Oh, it goes twice.
My good time boy.
Okay, now I know how that works. Thank you so much for raiding in. I appreciate it. Have to hop off shortly because you're way ahead of me, but I appreciate the shout out. Hell yeah, of course. Also, I'm tired. These are all very valid. I don't want to give you any spoilers. Don't worry. How's the game treating me? I feel like this game was written for me specifically. I'm loving this game.
Hello there.
Hey, what's up, Panda? Here but lurky? Alrighty. Should you not watch? I don't know. Are you trying to play?
My homeboy, my rotten soldier. He's my sweet cheese, my good time.
Yeah, if y'all want another dope ass mini painter, Awkwardish Panda is where to go. Cause you want to play. I mean, do you care about spoilers? It's your call. I'm not gonna enforce you have to not watch. It is. It's such a unique game. I heard a lot of people were like, "You need to play this. You need to play this. You need to play this." And I was like, "Okay, I'll get to it eventually." And then when Junebug played it, my wife, and was like, "No, Bennett, you actually really need to play this." So I did it, and now I'm in love. I started to stream it on the recommendation of a friend of mine and was hooked instantly. Yeah, I played the first like 10 minutes and was like, this game is for me. This game is perfection. But also, Klez, there's so many there's so many paths to take through this game that I'm pretty sure you can watch this without getting too spoiled. Yes. Well, and at this point, I want to replay it like 6 times just to see. Aha! Big communism builder. Like, I want to replay it a bunch of times just to see what the other options are, you know? Yes, Clip, you're doing a great job of doing the shouting outing. I do have my second year streamiversary is coming up. 2 entire years. Yeah, mini painting like Warhammer. Yes. Exactly like that. I do a lot of that. I do arguably mostly that. The most recent thing I finished painting is this dude, which I just realized I don't have to hold up careful. Oh, it's dark. Hold on. So, like, I finished this guy last night. And there you go. That's just a general... This is what I do a lot of the time. I also play scary games. I also play dating sims. I do so many things. Hey, thank you! Yeah, I do a lot. I'm a variety streamer. I also do some Dungeons and Dragons prep from time to time. If you have any DM issues. I normally drink Malort as well, but I'm out of Malort. And I forgot to buy more because... brain. But, yeah. But hey, thanks. Welcome in. I'm happy to see everybody. But yeah, if you wanted to, I look forward to losing to you in Mecha May. I mean, I'm gonna enter, but I'm not gonna win. Looking at just like, and sometimes Ron Perlman shows up. Ron Perlman shows up very frequently if you know where to look. Your subconscious was like, don't get the Malort. Well, I went to a different liquor store than I usually go to. So I didn't even think. I didn't do my usual, like, I'm going to go here and pick this up. I'm going to pick this up. I'm going to pick this up. I'm going to pick this up. So that's my excuse. Different store. And we have Hector. Hector the Protector, my skeleton friend, who has seen me through the good times and the bad, and mostly good. And that's my pitch. Give me a follow, you might win some brushes, or you might just have to put up with me. Either way, it's a gift. Okay, what makes it so modern? Hey, thank you for that follow.
It's the contrast between the cheery, chemical yellow and the rigor mortis. As if the cheery guy didn't know he was dead, or the dead guy didn't care that he was.
Let me click these links.
Either way, you get the sense the forces of future are at work here.
Forces of the future.
These forces of future have chosen to pick something that reminds you of you.
Rough.
He takes off his glasses and uses a blue handkerchief to thoroughly wipe them clean before inspecting the sticker. Then he looks up, pauses, and replies.
No.
What does it look like?
Looks like a dead man smiling. Suggests junior delinquency.
What is suggestive of junior delinquency?
I haven't seen that sticker before, and I'm not a youth.
He looked like a man. Wow, I forgot about that Mad TV skit. Holy crap. Frank Caliendo popped up on my TikTok yesterday. That was the wildest shit I did not expect. Of all the things I didn't expect to encounter on TikTok, I didn't expect to encounter Frank Caliendo providing the finer points on how he does vocal impressions. And what makes Mark Ruffalo and what was the other John C. Reilly so similar vocally. It was wildly interesting, but recalling it, it sounds like it was pretty boring, but it was not. I liked it. John Madden here. I don't know how John Madden sounds, though. The cheery guy does not know he's dead, or does the dead guy not care?
That level of conceptual thinking is not part of my skill set.
I'm gonna peel the sticker off.
Your hands
No!
are from the sea air. The piece of sticker keeps slipping away.
My hands are wet.
The lieutenant hands you a blue handkerchief. He looks a little
Go!
like
Yes!
the sound of a sticker unpeeling. Now it's stuck to your thumb.
Oh, put the sticker on your ledger. Fuck yeah, let's go.
Voila. Looks very modern.
Have a good night, Klez. Thanks for hanging out.
You're
Enjoy your
part of
dinner.
the future brigade now.
I hope
And
it's
so is
tasty.
Your formerly humdrum ledger. Neon, baby.
Neon, baby. Let's open the
The
padlock.
lock turns easily. You hear a click as the shackle pops open.
Let's go.
Hold on the
A
door.
great whoosh of air rushes into the dark
Whoosh.
innards of the church, as though rushing to fill a great vacuum in the heart of the city.
Oh. Whoa! Dope as fuck! Dope as fuck! You should walk in here, not run. Alright, well then I will walk and not run. Oh, I love... I love weird churches. Grotesque wooden figure. Feels like it's trying to become one with the church. Oh. Our Church of Our Lady of the Perpetual Heebie-Jeebies. This blackboard is filled with complex equations. They look recent. Oh, I see a pair of shoes up there. Bowl is filled with water. A live wire runs directly into it. Seems
The
dangerous.
silence in this part of the church, it's almost palpable. All the shifting matter and shuffling of living things is gone. Nothing seems to exist beyond the church anymore. Maybe if you were to stand in just the right spot, even your footsteps would be completely silent.
I think I still hear something.
And then it's gone. Almost all of it. But for the faintest of hums. It seems the sound here is detached from its source somehow, if not blotted out outright. Truly unusual. You can hardly hear your own breathing.
Yell as loud as you can. Let's go. Primal scream!
Your voice is barely audible. Not a howl, but the softest of whimpers. It's unnerving. You produce a few muffled thumps, after which the silence feels even more total, somehow.
Kim!
The lieutenant points to his ears and shakes his head.
Can you hear anything?
Can't hear shit.
I wonder why the church was built with such strange acoustics.
His detached tone conceals how uncomfortable he is.
Whatever it is, it's definitely real.
The lieutenant doesn't reply, but you can sense him tense up next to you. The orderly rows of ceiling panels become barely visible, then disappear completely in the darkness of the tower overhead.
Oh. Was hoping.
Just darkness without end. It makes your head spin.
What's the darkness like?
Filled with vague shapes of woodwork, the sense of a great height. It's like you see your own face reflected back at you in the vanishing geometry. A strange, alien image that's supposed to be you.
Try to make anything out.
There's nothing. You're dizzy and disoriented as you see dark and more dark rising.
Officer, what are you looking at?
Oh!
You see something hanging from the rafters, looking straight
Oh,
at you.
oh, that scared the shit out of me. Okay.
Maybe it's possible to talk to it.
I don't know if I want to. Oh, I shouldn't run in here. I forgot. Oh, there's so... Maybe I do want to. I don't know. Yeah, okay, let's talk to this creepy churchman.
Is that a man? Looks more like part of the carpentry of the building came alive and is now studying you intently.
Be quiet for now.
The man leaned forward a little, fixing you with a steady, unreadable gaze, then speaks.
Habitual alcohol use has made you into a scared little pussy, Holmes. But don't worry, everything's gonna be alright. You come to the right place.
Right place for what?
Here you can receive the mother's love. And when you're ready, she will take your hand and lift you out of the despair at the bottom of that bottle.
This man is obviously a habitual narcotics user. Do we really need to question him?
I'm put off by this religious stuff, he thinks. And maybe the ceiling climbing, too. It's all very hard to square with the lieutenant's own view of reality. Hey, and what was that about the bottle again? You haven't even drank that much lately. Lay off it already. Sheesh.
I mean, yeah, I
Está
drink a lot.
crudo, way. I see deep inside you. Your body and your spirit are suffering greatly from overindulgence. And you don't even know it.
Oh, I'm very in touch with my suffering.
Not all of it. I was like you once. You don't know all the havoc El Vino is wrecking on your mind and your spirit. Necesita parar, homie.
You know, actually, since we're here, you may want to pay attention to what the ceiling climber is saying.
Thanks, Kim.
Look at these crazies. What is this shit?
Alcohol is central to my identity. If I didn't drink it, I just wouldn't be me. Let's go, let's say it.
The grave's coming for your little identity sooner than you think, Holmes. You sure you're ready? The mother could set you free from all that shit. This is the Church of the Mother of Silence. You are welcome here.
This Mother of Silence sounds like a serious player. You might want to be careful until you find out what you're dealing with.
Up there, Holmes.
Are you human? You weren't moving like a human.
I am, at least in part, Holmes. Into the mother's love burns away the cruel distinctions of the body.
Are you a boyadero?
A boyadero? No, Holmes. I don't go in for that kind of thing. It's all about surrendering to the mother now.
Feels like you're not from around here.
Haven't you ever met a Mex before? Cabron. Surprising number of us around Ravishop. You know, I'm not so sure myself anymore.
I want Tiago and
Don't
call me
really
Manana
matter,
to have a philosophical battle. I'd be down with that.
Glad you're feeling more comfortable. First timers are always nervous.
There must be something illegal about living in a church
Oh
ceiling.
man, I would love to see that statue. I'm sure I'd be trespassing if the church was in use. But it's not, hombre. I done my share of illegal shit. Used to be in a gang, the whole deal. But even memories of that time are fading. Most of them are already gone.
So many people losing their memory. A certain portent of doom. I lost my memory too, but I like it. It's like I get to create a whole new me, start again from scratch. No, I'm gonna say losing my memory haunts me.
No, man. You gotta let that shit go. Then the mother's light touch will fill you with rapture.
Do you remember your name, sir?
Tiago's my name, but those syllables don't mean much to me these days. A name isn't just your identity, but also so to speak. Your place amongst your fellas. Your place in the world. I ain't got no use for such a place anymore.
Your name sets me apart from my fellows. How often do you meet Raphael Ambrosius Cousteau? No, I'm gonna introduce myself as just Harry.
That's just the thing, Holmes. None of that matters.
Fair.
This is a special place. There's a perforation in the world up there, a way out into nothingness. This church was built around it for purposes of veneration.
Ah.
I circled it, nurtured by the silence bestowed by the mother. One of these days, I'll be pure enough to go drink from it directly.
What happens when you drink from the perforation?
I will be incinerated, but not destroyed. Finally, at one with the state of the world before reality began.
There is literal nothingness, so maybe he's onto something. I mean, it sure seems like it. Nihilism is a much more reasonable stance when there's observable nothing. You know?
Oh, that's no simple question, I said. She is one who can be painted or sculpted. She is a cavity in the dark beyond sense. She saved me, but I couldn't describe her to you. No one can, Holmes, and no one ever will.
His adoration is beyond sexual. This cavity is something that no human form has.
Changed my mind. I want the corpo lady who went strange for multiple trips through the Pale to debate this guy. Sure you didn't just switch.
It's
one
not
thing?
like that at all, man. It's just faith and joyful service.
Yeah, Joyce. I don't know why I think her name is Joyce, but
I heard that before, Way, and I know I can't convince you on the spot. But think, when's the last time you woke up from silent communion with a hangover, regretting what you did last night?
There are drugs darker than alcohol circling your system.
I think love might have been my drug of choice, and I think I'm still hungover from it. Woof. Yeah, let's go.
She took you for a good spin, huh? Don't worry, bro. That love is but a drop compared to the ocean of the mother's love. The mother will eat all of you and never spit you out.
That's hot. I was being insensitive. I'm sorry. You got a point. Nah, you got a point.
I know it will take time. Don't sweat it.
Still don't understand.
I know it will take time. Don't sweat it. I'm a seraph, Holmes. I sing the mother's glory.
Is this you admitting to having a vor thing? No. This is not me admitting to having a vor thing. This is just me admitting that sometimes cannibalism is sexual.
I don't mean literal singing, Holmes. This is the mother of silence we're talking about. It's the singing of a burning heart. You may be thinking, but fire crackles. No, Holmes. That's the material that's burning. The flames themselves are without sound.
Okay, fair.
Hard to say. I think I did some construction work here, back when I still had material worries. Up there, I realized what the true purpose of the church was.
There's a John Mayer song about cannibalism. Sexy, sexy cannibalism. Is it Your Body's
Been
a Wonderland?
spending a lot of time here ever since. The past is nothing to me now, Way. It didn't belong to me.
The sinewy figure lingers on the wooden beams. blending into the shadows.
Do you know why the church was abandoned? Hey, nice.
Police raid a while back.
Did you witness it?
Not really, or at least I don't remember much of it anymore. The mother's love has done its job. That's what's so great about the mother. It lets you forget about everything.
Consider turning. Okay, why is it telling me my encoder overloaded? Is that a thing that I can change while streaming? Probably not. It is certainly not a thing that I can change while streaming. All right. Ravers want to make this.
There, Holmes.
Oh. Okay.
The sinewy figure lingers on the wood.
The ones in the
Oh.
tent outside, right? I see him. Think they scared of me.
Do they have reason to be scared?
Nah, man. They look pretty funny. And I don't harm no one anymore.
Though he used to, a long time ago.
What do you think?
Why not? They wouldn't bother me none. I'm usually way up there, imbibing. Ain't no music on earth that can reach where I go. Might even be nice to have some company.
He said that in spite of himself. He's more attached to the human than he'd like to think.
Do you know where the other spooker is?
Other spooker? Oh, esa viejita es muy estudiosa. Don't know, Holmes.
He's vibing and imbibing. I think I'm gonna have to use that as a self-describer more frequently, because I like that. And it's viejita?
No. I just call her viejita because of her clothes. She's actually quite young. Or maybe not that young. Age is just one of the many masks we wear.
You don't know where she
That's
is?
what I said, Holmes.
Okay.
Don't really follow her comings and goings. Just see her typing on her computer now and then. We got different interests. I'm afraid not, Essay. You just have to wait until she comes back, or
search through her radio computer.
Yeah, okay. Thanks. You absolute weirdo. Yes, I want this weird scarf. Oh, it probably replaces my sweet fucking tie, though. He's great, don't be mean. No, I like him. I don't want to... I am not... I like, is what I'm trying to say. Red brogues. Ooh, okay. I bet those actually look great. What do my current shoes do? +1 composure, -1 savoir-faire. +1 empathy. How do they look? Oh. You know, I love me some snakeskin, but I think I have to be this way. Because that's the shit right there. Okay. Harman Wowshi tape recorder. Is it possible it's recording something?
A machine stands in the corner, watched over by the figures on the stained glass window. It's turned on and quivering with soft electricity.
A radio computer. And it's turned on.
These machines sometimes harbor traps, he thinks. Alarm systems and the like.
We should leave. I doubt this place bears any connection to the case.
Yeah, but what is this?
A radio computer. We have one down at the station. No, I don't know how to operate it or what.
This is the Ream Prefect radio computer.
Okay.
A model number RC7024. Equipped with a Feld mainframe and a Ream-compatible interim printer.
Let me just investigate.
You see fluorescent play and print buttons on the keyboard. A hatch connected to the central compartment is wide open. The lieutenant says nothing. You see the machine's glowing frame reflected back from his diamond-shaped glasses. You're free to proceed.
It's called a radio, old man.
Behind the hatch sits a cube-like crisscross of filaments, smoldering in the dark like fireflies. Silver tape on the side says, in black marker, log, February to March. This is the machine's filament memory. Press play to access its contents.
Yeah, I do.
A bar of fabric right above the keyboard starts producing a soft hum. The sound of static seeps through the machine's planar magnetic driver. Oh no, it was already glowing and now it's also making a sound? It's probably some alien CO-like technology. The static gets louder, slowly filling up the abandoned hall until a voice speaks out, crackling and old, cutting into the air.
Good afternoon, Fortress Accident on Saint-Brune. This is the East Insulindian Repeater Station 1. Please repeat, is this the personal log?
This is a human interface. A retired person sitting behind a switchboard somewhere.
The company on whose name the terminal you're currently using
Okay, that makes
has
sense.
been registered to. One moment.
Do you have other information?
Fortress Accident SCS produces revolutionary interactive call-in radio games. That's what the catalog says.
That's not bad.
So conceptual.
I wouldn't know. I'm only here for passwords.
What is that?
Any other questions?
What's the personal log?
The filament you have inserted into the core. I don't know. That's what I'm asking. Is this the personal log?
Yes.
Good. Please repeat the password.
Let's look around. Maybe he knows something.
Can you give me a hint? Oh.
No.
I don't know.
Received. I will register this login attempt.
That sounds bad.
Fortress Accident, is there anything else I can do for you today?
No, okay.
Goodbye.
The machine's keyboard is still nothing happens.
Oh, wifey's thirsty. Okay, alright. What are you thinking, madam? I mean, this is a fine stopping point.
Oh, hey, wait. There's coffee in the back. Oh, wait. I meant the mother's love.
Oh, I'm alright with that.
Too many times, essay. You need it for something.
Yeah.
The lieutenant raises his eyebrow.
Don't sweat it, vato. The password is afterlife death.
That is true. But what comes after death?
More life.
What you think of that? Makes me almost pity La Nilita Pequeña when I hear it.
Oh, the little nihilist.
I think we're done here, essay.
That was, however, I'm still not sure how it's relevant to our investigation.
Dude, me neither. But I'm dead curious, I tell you what.
The machine's keyboard is still the speaker.
Good afternoon. First, good. Please, good. I have unlocked the filament. At Fortress Accident, is there anything else I can...
No.
Goodbye.
The machine's
Thank
keyboard,
you.
the printer prints out a long text document with dated paragraphs. It looks a bit like someone's journal. The first entry, made on the 4th of February, 51, by an unknown author, is short and concise. Arrived at the church, the door was boarded up, so I used the crowbar to get inside. Looks like the place has been deserted. Nothing out of the ordinary, but I'll ask around. Need to figure out how to get the electricity in. The lieutenant leans closer, scouring the printout. Oh,
4th of February. That's over a month ago. Whoever set up those machines has been here for quite a while.
I'm gonna read the second entry.
6th of February, 51. Had a little chat with the local fishermen. Said I shouldn't go near that place, that the church was spooky and ridden with narcotics. It's a little spooky, all right. Still haven't figured out the electricity. See? Even one of the spookers themselves says it's unnerving.
But wait, so this is an ARG, basically, right? So that would mean that this log is part of the game?
What was that about narcotics? This could prove to be interesting.
Read the third
7th
entry.
of February, 51. Finally got the electricity in. Next on the agenda, a new antenna. I'm thinking ESCA series, something advanced.
Why would anyone need any of this equipment here?
Okay, fair. Read the fourth
8th
entry.
of February, 51. Bought the antenna, had some problems setting it up. Called Simor for help. Heard the others are back to making art. Drinking somewhere out of town. Sulislav started a rock band again. Lexi has been seen asking money from strangers, but at least the artists have their act together. They're qualified labor. They can get work anywhere. Graphic design, ads. The programmers are doing fine too. I mean, they're programmers. The writers, though, they're fucked. I just have to find out what caused that data loss and be done with it. Still don't understand how it managed to wipe out the backup, when the backup wasn't even connected to the front. I know. Everyone thinks it's impossible. They say I must be lying. I'm here to set it right.
Who are these people?
Her friends? Colleagues? She must be quite educated if she knew how to set up all this machinery.
Data loss?
Seems like something to do with radio computers. Unfortunately, I don't know enough about them to understand what the author is saying. Something about the backup data getting destroyed, and how everyone thought it was the author's fault. Let's just keep reading.
12th of February, 51. Brought some food from the grocery store. Apparently, there's a strike going on in the harbor. Definitely not happy to see the Martinez people again. Everything's now set up in the church. Going to start working tomorrow, 8 a.m.
The strike. We are nearing the date of the murder. Keep reading. I'm interested now. I want to know what's that radio anomaly that sent this person here in the first place.
25th of February, 51. I've been sending data up to Lintel for a while now, trying to recreate the data loss, but nothing. Didn't even feel like logging in, the disappointment. But I did discover a curious audio-spatial anomaly at the back of the church. I've named it the Swallow. It swallows sound. Need to get some mics.
Is she talking about?
28th of February, 51. Yes, the first recordings confirm that the swallow is real and I'm not just losing my mind. It's a pillar of silence with a diameter of approximately 3 meters. Seems like the higher I go, the less I record. This might be a coincidence, or it could be connected to the data loss that led me here.
The pillar of silence. She is talking about the silence. Is she suggesting it's more than just an architectural quirk?
What else could it be?
The lieutenant doesn't answer. He follows your gaze, studying the basins. The water shines in them. No ripples. March 51. Some kind of young disco men have appeared next to the church. I've been trying to record the silence to find the epicenter, But now it turns out I've also been capturing the future of dance music,
Okay.
one neo-disco song over and over again. Fortunately, the song is so monotonous, I was able to devise an algorithm to factor it out. The other day, one of the disco men came in. Before I could even say hello, she got scared and left. Good, I don't want anyone distracting me from my work.
The girl on the ice? Sound
March 51, a new 2-meter aux cable, noodles, crackers, ping ping energy drinks, water, toothpaste, gum, also some canned air. Your reading is interrupted by the sound of the church door opening.
Uh-oh.
A strange woman makes straight for the radio computer.
Breaking into my radio computer, I see.
I do apologize for the intrusion, madame. We are with the RCM, you see.
Okay, you know what? Hold on. I'm gonna go get wifey a drink. I'm gonna do that for myself as well. I'm so curious about what's happening and where this is going. I'll BRB. Don't forget to rub some stank on it. And I'm your favorite uncle, right? Am I an uncle? Do I qualify as an uncle? I feel like I need a different word for that. You know? Let's go for a different word. Anyway, I'll be right back. And I've come back. Back to say... This shit's wild. Okay, so... We're not just breaking in. I'm pursuing a mysterious lead, searching for my lost
You won't
identity.
find any answers from here.
Well...
It's just me and my computer, and it has been this way for weeks. Now please give me some room. I need 2 seconds to see that you haven't destroyed anything.
We should talk to her after she has rebooted the machine.
I mean, fair.
In white, silver, and apricot faience, the young mother of humanism stands above you. A crack runs across her body. She is impossibly tall, oval-faced and sad, a dark and radiant majesty. This is her innocence, Dolores Day. Cradled in her arms are a pair of glowing lungs, clearly visible from underneath her flowing dress. You should kneel.
I'm gonna kneel.
Your knees touch the floor. The floorboards are hard and cold. There you kneel among the snowdrifts, diffuse light falling on your hands from beyond the glass. The woman looks down at you kneeling. She tells among her followers, architects, laymen, courtiers. There is a sad smile on her lips and a glint in her green-blue eye of what? Compassion? Remorse? She acknowledges the passing of someone who is still alive. You. No, she doesn't care about you. She only cares about her shiny sovereign's orb and her silk robes and getting to the aerodrome on time to leave.
It's compassion.
As that soft word passes through your mind, the lieutenant draws an X-shaped cross from shoulder to shoulder. Your fingertips touch your chest 4 times. Then you rise from your knees into the apricot-colored light of the window. Above you, the woman still smiles her distant smile, sundered by the crack in the glass.
The old woman in the village was right. This must be the DeLorean Church of Humanity in Martinez, or the small Pinewood Church in some records.
Oh.
It's a minor landmark, not easy to find. Most maps misplace it. It was built not long after Ravachol's founding, 300 or so years ago, by first-generation settlers. There used to be 7 stave churches on the coast. Les Sept Sœurs, they call them, the 7 Sisters. Only one remains. The rest were burnt in the revolution or used for building materials. We should be respectful here, although the building appears to be deserted. I do not believe we'll find anything connected to the lynching here. Something else, perhaps?
Respectful? Is the lieutenant a follower of DeLoreanism?
Spectacles, testicles, wallet, cigarettes in your sleeve, keys, epaulette.
A pang of guilt. The lieutenant is leaving something out.
Do you know why it was abandoned?
I have a theory, yes. There was a police raid a while back. I heard the place was shot to pieces. The old woman in the village was being tactful with us when she didn't mention it. She has more respect for the RCM than many around here. Well, your station was involved, I hear, although I can't be sure. 3 precincts were involved in the raid, and people say Precinct 41 was one of them.
I guess I could have been. I don't remember being here.
I am pretty sure it was a clandestine operation. I don't know anything more about it, why it was conducted, or who participated.
If I was here, I should find out what I was doing, yeah.
Good luck. You will not get information on a confidential operation from your station secretary just by calling. It happened a while ago. It's unimportant to our business in Martinez now. Yes, we all are. Her name, body, and rule are synonymous with humanism. The laws we enforce are DeLorean in origin.
The woman looks by in silence, smiling enigmatically.
I didn't think you were spiritual.
It's not spiritual, it's constitutional. The DeLorean system does not demand faith. only accordance.
Oh, let's try it.
It's a mystery sprinkled with self-pity and regret. For some reason, unknown to your mind, looking at her delicate eyes makes you feel like you're ready for drowning. Your heart knows, but it does not want to say, not yet. All you know is, this is the young mother of humanity, and that you should go. Do something else. Escape her sad, worry-worn look.
I can just level my things up though, right? And visual. Let's go. Yes. Let's do it again.
The mother of humanism stands above you.
Still not very
Precious
good at
and
it.
complex wax painting on a single pane of glass. A crack runs across the length of, despite the damage you've done to yourself, the title appears lodged in your hippocampus. This is Her Innocence, Dolores Day. The innocence of humanism, internationalism, and the welfare state. Perhaps the most famous human being
There's the save scum I know.
lived.
What's up?
No amount of Commodore Red can wipe her sad smile from your brain thing. It has survived the deluge and haunts you still, and will haunt you forever, as it haunts all men.
What exactly is an innocence?
The highest category of historic individual, an embodiment of the world spirit. More, an innocence is elected to office by the founding party, a precedent that has taken place a mere 6 times in the entirety of history. The legal system of the Real Belt is built to accommodate an authentic rule should it coincide with our time. An innocence is infallible. The decisions made by one are not decisions. They are inevitabilities. What would have happened anyway? Only accelerated, packed into decades instead of centuries. An innocence is a continuous, compressed event, a sacred human being. It is an honor and a glory to live when one is in office.
Of course one's not in office now.
No, we are alone.
Did you?
300 years ago, in the wake of the discovery of this Isola, the Insulindian, by explorers from the continent of Muindi, she is, among other things, the innocence of inter-isolary travel and the connected world. Many things. You know she was a woman of the court, the wife of an influential Marchese, and eventually the principal advisor to Irene la Navigateur, Queen of Suresnes, modern-day Sir La Clé. Also that she was gorgeous beyond beauty.
Okay.
Draped in ancient sadness. Are you sure you want to remember this bit of historic trivia? Standing under a long, slender form like this, dwarfed?
Yes! Big bummer! Boring history! Gotta keep it light, man! Keep it moving! Get fucked up instead!
Where is this coming from?
The past. It's a silo of sadness, fermenting. You should keep away.
Okay, fair enough.
Fuck this pain, Bratan! It's unhealthy!
No, you must know.
What else? Was she smart?
Terribly. Women of the court were expected to play both contract bridge and chess sufficiently well to prove an interesting challenge to a man. A simple grasp in matters of philosophy, theology, and science was encouraged. She was, by all means, a kept woman. She made the most of her position in the antediluvian court, a court visited by the most prominent thinkers and artists of the day. In secret, she was becoming the era's preeminent philosopher of the state, a scalpel, a piercing gaze. She was an almost preternaturally magnetic and intelligent individual. To her contemporaries, she appeared out of time, a messenger from the future of the species. We all fell in love with her, head over heels, even before she was declared an innocence. her influence was tremendous. It was on her advice that Irene Le Navigateur sponsored a number of voyages into the Pale, a costly, often tragic endeavor, ultimately vindicated by the discovery of the new world, the piece of reality you're standing on. She was crowned 2 years after the first expedition returned, setting in motion what is widely considered the greatest era in history. The DeLorean era.
Okay.
Wow, indeed. When her innocence was declared, and the queen she had advised for years fell on her knees before her, she was so overcome with emotion that her lungs started glowing in her chest. Bystanders reported golden filaments lighting the already sunlit chamber around her, clearly visible beneath her dress. That is why the lungs are the symbol of love for the cultures of the Real Belt.
Want more?
As did we all. The lands of the Mesk and the Occident, and even faraway Supremwindi, altogether 21 of the 40 Mundial nations of the time, immediately accepted Innocentic rule, even before her crowning. In a city called Advesperaskit in Vesper Messina, her homeland, the name of the city means evening comes, but it happened on a winter's morning, with the canals frozen and slush falling out of the sky. She was dressed in a white and pearl dress on an emptied-out plaza with the crowd far away. Already, her Theriers, the secret servicemen of the Innocents, were worried about an assassination attempt.
Is Theria where Harrier comes from? Linguistically? Probably.
Oh yes, she looked like humanity's young mother, a perfect mother, insultingly beautiful. It was as if her face and shoulders and hands were covered in a soft down of underfeathers. You know this well, very well. Midwinter snow was beating the cobblestones around her. A small attaché of officials stood by as her Theriers placed a white gold wreath on her head. The crowning was mostly witnessed by secret servicemen.
Am I living some sort of second life?
One of the men in this secret service killed her 22 years later. A young man who had come to suspect that Dolores Day was not entirely human, but something else. Something that had walked in our midst, watching us stumble for hundreds, if not thousands of years, until it decided to interfere in the course of our history. We were supposed to come up with this ourselves. The man was reported to have screamed at the Innocents. Dolores Day was shot in the chest with a fowling piece 8 times. The man, thought to be insane, said he once touched her and her body had been unnaturally warm, like a furnace, and that sometimes, while on duty, he observed her forgetting to breathe for over 10 minutes. This inhuman quality was witnessed by many others as well, glowing lungs and all. It is commonly attributed to mass hysteria and religious psychology.
Well, there's something terrifying about her? Well...
Terrifying is a term too emotionally charged for your semantic memory, or what remains of it. But terrifying, it's a simple word. She was bad for humanity, and you shouldn't have started thinking about her.
No, is there something bad about her? I want to know.
You already do. Although she is often considered to be the greatest human being to ever live, there was something ominous about Dolores Day, constantly surrounded by her Theriers. She was the most socially secluded and least self-aware of all the Innocences. Some modern thinkers would consider her a war criminal for the campaigns she waged against the Mesk state. And then there were the resettlement programs. The Mesk state tried to detach itself from Innocentic rule. Parts of the world were experiencing whiplash from accelerating into secularism. Her mandatory education programs and mass resettlement of upstream Marguerite were problematic as well. Dissenters were suppressed by a military force she called the army of humanity. She adored chess, yes, but also military war games. Dolores Day often holds a tiny tin soldier between her index finger and thumb. In icons such as this, she was also blonde, the blondest woman you have ever seen, with green eyes the color of the Pacentic, mare interregnum. Little is known of her Marchese husband. It's as if he vanished from history after completing his role, which was to introduce Dolores Day to court. In conclusion, yes, there is something lonely, paranoid, and even terrifying that people seldom mention, but feel when they think of her.
Okay. Crackpot theory. Is Dolores Day my ex? And was I her Marchese husband, and I've now been thrust forward in time somehow? Or something to that effect?
This subtle terror is part of her iconography.
Lieutenant Yefreitor, you've stood there for over 5 minutes. What are you thinking of, if I may ask?
War criminal! Let's say there's a timeline that's real. Okay. There is a real timeline. I guess that helps. She's connected to the case.
She's been dead for 300 years. I am almost 1,000% certain she isn't connected to the case. None of this is, in fact. This church, the coast, this isn't a good place to get lost in.
Let's go for it.
The shards
Yeah,
glimmer in
okay.
the dark. You see little pearls of light on the edges of the crack that splits the female figure. Something was written there. Remains of broken letters line the emulsion. What it said, you do not know.
Yeah. Well, okay, let's talk to you.
What is it?
Did I break anything?
No, you just printed out my personal log and wasted some paper.
Who are you and what are you doing?
I am Soona Luukkanen-Kilde, the former lead programmer of Fortress Accident and RSA radios. I have over 16 years of programming experience, and I'm proficient in both Vox and Orbis languages. If you're not here to hire me, I don't really know how I can help you.
Did she say over 16 years of experience? She must have started programming when she was still a teenager.
Have you seen the man in the rafters?
Nope.
But you know he's
Yes.
around? He's seen you.
And?
Probably not a big deal then.
No, you're right. I'm not.
Okay.
I brought them here. These are my machines. Please don't touch anything.
Why do you need an antenna?
I use the AR-1 as my RAIN prefix processing unit.
That's the radio computer.
Yes? You really don't know anything about radio computers, do you?
I really don't know much about anything in this world, to be honest.
Alright. Well, all radio computers perform operations up on air. So in order to gain more processing power, you need to invest in a good antenna. I guess it is. So far I've been quite satisfied with it. Martinez is an unstable region with bad coverage, and the operation has been surprisingly stable. But it's not the cheapest one on the market. So I wouldn't recommend it for your regular red tape operations. Fraser 1000 is a foolproof line for civilians. Anyway, you should do some research before you decide to buy anything. Ask around, compare the prices. There are many milieus dedicated to that sort of thing.
She liked telling you this. It calmed her nerves.
What are you doing?
I'm working. Could you just shh for a moment? Or get to the point. I really need to focus on something.
Where are the bowls of water over there?
They are connected to my RAIN prefect. Whatever you do, just please don't
what I
move them,
thought.
okay? Great.
What are you doing in the abandoned church?
You really like those questions, don't you?
I'm a cop.
I'm conducting scientific research here. You can't throw me out. I'm looking for the location of a 2mm hole in the world.
Wait, what?
Yeah, same.
She's looking for a disruption in the radio waves. That's what her personal log said. The lieutenant raises his brows, but doesn't say anything.
The hole connected to the data loss in your
Yes,
journal?
that's what led me here. But I suspect it might be something a bit more complicated than that. Exactly. What does it mean? Up to now, it has been impossible to say what it is because it's impossible to measure nothing.
The Foley work for this keyboard is just... Oh.
What do you think it is? What qualities does nothing have? How do you measure something that does not exist?
That's a little above your pay grade at the moment.
Does it mean we're now living in a world that has holes in it?
I don't know. Are we? That's what I'm trying to figure out here. But how do I figure it out?
Can't even understand how we're talking about something that doesn't exist, let alone measure it. Yeah?
You measure it by its surroundings, by that which does exist, which is what I've been trying to do. I've tried using hydro transducers to record the silence, to find out where it begins. But honestly, it's not progressing very well.
But does it have anything to do with necroplasmic life forms? Ghosts, in everyday parlance.
Does it have anything to do with ghosts?
Ghosts? No, I don't think so. I don't believe in ghosts.
What about other supernatural entities?
I don't believe in them either.
What not many know is necroplasma exists.
Great. What are we talking about? And why?
Remember when Kiki almost lost her arm in a black hole? Are we talking about Critical Role right now? Or which Kiki? Yes. Yeah, I do remember that, clearly. Because I just did that. Any idea where the hole might be located?
Somewhere underneath those roof beams, I assume.
Strange things may flourish in the dark.
There's this place at the back of the church. A place where all audible vibrations seem to decease.
Yo!
Swallow.
That guy Arlo! How you doing, buddy? And thank you for tuning in tonight.
The Pillar of Silence?
I hope you're ready
Sure
for
it's not just an architecture
buck
report.
wild shit, because this game's bonkers.
Maybe. But it's oddly close to the physical coordinates of the data loss that led me to this place.
This is where the crab man lives. What the fuck does that mean?
I know. No, I don't.
She sounds mildly annoyed by this line
Is
of questioning.
Tiago the crab man?
Her hands tied
Finally
behind
starting
her
to paint your
command system
commandos.
machine.
I look forward to photos of your commandos. Research isn't going well. Yeah.
Because it's just trial and error. Trying to locate the swallow, the exact point in space. And I don't have a... You know what? It would be really helpful if you could just stop talking and let me work.
Yeah, okay, fine.
Great. Thanks.
How do you feel about dance music?
What? I hate it.
Wait, but what if you use the dance music to measure where the hole is?
I bet she hasn't even heard it.
Yeah. Like all the time. My tent neighbors don't really ease up with their partying, do they? Maybe I'd have to be on drugs to get it, but to a sober mind it just sounds like uninspired rug whipping. No idea what it has to do with either dancing or music. This is about those speed freaks in the tent, isn't it? I've got some news for you. It's not a nightclub they want to build here.
What is it?
Take a guess, why don't you?
A youth center would be nice.
I can't believe they got you so easily. Go have another talk with those up-and-coming entrepreneurs, will you?
Good luck. I'm not coming in there.
The Swallow, you mean?
Same thing? Okay.
What about it?
No new
Great.
notes for now? That's
Thanks.
fine. I feel like the sensitivity on my mouse just increased, and I don't know how it did that. The hole in the world did it. I mean, honestly, that makes sense. You're high on her love. Alright, call people. Find idiot. Oh right, I gotta find it. I gotta go find Idiot Doom Spiral again. I really do think they could help each
The
other,
shaggy
though.
haired girl needs.
So you talked to my associates, right? Are you going to help us? Great. Let us know my associates. I haven't got much to say about them.
You must know something.
Of course I do. I just don't tell people about my friends and who they are. Me, I'm a silver bird. Don't know what makes you think it'll be any different later, but...
Hooray, level up. Talk to these guys again.
So you had a talk with Andre? That's fine, man. But I've got to warn ya, our signs are still off. It'll take some time for me to get my sign on.
Tell me about the sticker.
The sticker? You mean the yellow one?
Interesting. He wants you to describe it, though he already knows what it looks like.
Good. What did you want to know?
What makes the sticker so modern?
Simplicity was brought to us by a classical soul artist modernism, but that was a tasteful, harmonious simplicity, right?
This portrait art is so good. It really is.
Hardcore is not tasteful or outwardly harmonious. It's a warning shot. This will be dangerous. The echo of man's loss, haunting him. The sticker, the clothes, the music, same thing. It is.
Why is the dead guy smiling?
Yes, you're the 23rd person to get it right, and I've asked 23 people. Looks like it's a dead guy smiling to the entire human race.
Why do you think that's so?
We're all the same. Same eyes, same smiles, same death.
What does that mean?
He defeated history. We are living in the age of history, and in the eyes of history, we are always already dead. How can we ever smile then? Because history is a lie, and so are its deaths. The present moment and life are the hardcore. The hardcore expels death. Or maybe he's not dead. Maybe he's just really ecstatic about the beats.
Or drugged out of his mind, come to think of it.
Oh, yes, symbol for communism.
Yeah, that interpretation holds. I
Hell
guess one could write an entire treatise on the thing. But what for?
Okay.
Hi again. So, how are things going?
No.
He's a quiet man. Mostly communicates through music and by being a master of ceremonies.
How do you communicate with him?
Well, he's just kind of here. I don't really know how to communicate with him. Yeah, sometimes when I stumble and find my way into his center, you have to hear a lot of hardcore to the mega first though.
The man smiles mysteriously, choosing to let the beat speak for itself. I get it. He's a puzzle.
about the church door. How long have those people been locked in there?
Not long. Like a week, maybe?
How can you be sure they haven't
I'm super
starved?
sure they're alive. I mean, come on. I'm at least 90%, maybe 85% sure they're still alive.
85% is not good enough.
Okay, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry too. I guess it wasn't very hardcore of us to just lock them in like that.
Me too. I shouldn't have that kind of power over another person. I'm not the one with the violence monopoly here. You are.
There you go.
I'm glad that key is out of my hands now.
Sure, man. Tell us what you want to know. And? What happened?
I talked to the shadow-clad being climbing the beams.
Oh, man. The crab man, you mean?
Yeah.
Who is he? What did you think?
He was dope as fuck.
Really? Huh. Interesting. What's he doing in the church?
Preaching and praying.
No matter. Is he gonna be a problem?
Yeah. Noid is right. Let's get back to the
Of
point.
course he's a
What are we
problem.
gonna do about it?
He's a crab man. Actually, he told me he wouldn't mind the nightclub at all.
I don't know, man. Doesn't it feel like a major hindrance to you? A spooky guy climbing around when all the guests are trying to have nice, friendly hyper time?
I don't think he really gives a damn about you or
I
anyone
guess
else.
it's not a massive problem, now that I think of it.
Everyone is welcome to dance till the morning light. Yeah!
Maybe. I guess we'll figure something out. Okay, but what about the other spooker? The one in Grandma's clothes? Did you see her?
Yes.
A programmer? That's odd. What was she like? Did you ask her about the nightclub?
So you guys haven't been completely honest.
Come on, man. Who will you trust? A spooky programmer or us? We just want to make the world a better place.
Feel the love! Get down and feel it!
The command fails to impress. Maybe I'm kind
You'll
of
get
feeling
there,
it.
believe me. When we've got our gear set up, things will be flowing and pumping. Anyway, now that it's settled, how did she seem? I mean, disposition-wise, about the dance club idea. Ja oder nein? Rocking it or dropping it?
She did
What
not
a
like that
pity.
idea.
That's my favourite thing in the world. And she doesn't like it at all.
A shame. What can we do now? Do you see a way out of this jam and into a laser-lit future of dance and unity?
Unity! Dance!
She made it very clear she wouldn't leave until her own
And
project
you
was
can't
finished.
just evict her?
You have to come up with a
Look
different
at you,
solution.
Honour man.
No, Noid. He's right. Maybe we've approached it the wrong way after all. I'm sure there's a workaround. We can make a deal not to bother her. If that's okay with her, we only want to get in the church and spread the joy and ecstasy of music.
The lines in the dark exist! Coexist!
At least Crabman seems like an advanced being. He's hard. He'll understand.
Yeah, he can do his climbing thing in the tower. And the programmer, does she like anodic dance music?
She really doesn't
Egghead
like it.
cannot believe what you just said. It makes him pump the jam a little slower for a moment, but then he returns to the full swing of it.
Oh,
No worries. We'll figure it out. If coexisting fails, you can always muscle her out, right? If it's all okay with you, what do you think?
I'm not gonna throw her out, but I'll talk to her.
Excellent. Good luck, my friend.
You know some Ecclesiastes?
Oh yeah, that's a meteor and name for the founding party. Thought it'd be cool to use it.
What do you mean by meteorin?
You know, of Meteo, concerning Meteo.
Meteo?
Meteo, a country on Muindi,
Ah.
and the Muindi Isola.
Got it.
Come to think of it, I've never really looked them up, you know. I can't give you a precise definition, but they're a very powerful religious organisation.
And?
And they have roots in ancient mass society. And they're the custodians of the Pericanassian Church. Plus, they anoint the innocents. They, like, made the innocentic system, no?
They don't sound like they would appreciate a dance club in their
You're
church.
totally wrong about that.
The Paracanassian church is about love. And Nordic music is about love. I got love for my Paracanassian posse. Love is the relay out of death. We dance. Love is hardcore.
Unity! Unity!
Make some noise for my Insulindian posse.
You feel it. The anodes and the cathodes coursing through you. Your big toe starts tapping along to the base, as if testing the waters.
I'm just gonna sit there quietly.
Feels good.
Yeah, alright. I now understand it was lame to suggest otherwise. Anotic music is about love, and so is the Paracanassian Church. I guess love can be hard.
Oh yeah, it can.
He's coming around. You're getting it.
What's a posse? I know
Your
what a posse
posse's
is.
like
Come
your
on.
people, man. Like you got your cut posse. You look out for each other and you party together. That's a posse.
And where is your posse, detective? Nothing comes to you. The world is silent.
Sounds like you're saying random shit.
Are we?
Yeah!
Yep. I understand it was lame of me to suggest otherwise.
Yeah! Yakokata! The place to be!
He seems ecstatic that you share his vision of Pericarnassianism.
Do it for the masses. Do it for the crew.
I didn't want to say it, but it was pretty lame of you to imply otherwise. Anyway, you got more questions?
The one with the large head is still looking at you, nodding his head, waiting for your body to start moving.
Yeah! Let it out! Let the disco happen! Bring the disco into this world! Get this church shit on, and then dance there, motherfucker!
Hell yeah. Let's talk about this equipment.
Yes. What?
What's with all the Nosafed?
The what now?
Nosafed Ultra.
Oh, the old Ultra. I have a major sinus infection, stuffy nose. We all do. Shit's all blasted up. Winter. Can't even breathe. Yes, that's all Nosafed's doing. Without the Noser, I'd be drowning in shit right now.
Nosafed is the shit.
Can I have some?
Sure. Here you go, officer. The Noser. Blast away.
So you brought your own water?
Yeah. Good to have, bitch to carry. When I first scouted the place, I did some reconnaissance. I'm not sure the church even has running water.
It's distilled too.
No. It's the one they sell at the fuel station.
He nods enthusiastically, no doubt a little relieved.
Logic, godly. Oh, they're definitely making drugs. Oh, I can't level up my logic anymore. My logic is as high as it goes. Let's fucking go.
Okay, so the Speed Freaks want to start a club for dance music. That much checks out. Youths like music. You feel as though you might have liked music more when you were young, too. The gist of it is, they want to turn the church into a club, but a suspicious element has overtaken the building. It's very important to understand what the gist of things is. Always consult the gist before moving.
Rip and tear! Intrusive! What's up, buddy?
Plus, and it has to be considered, you can't invent the future of dance music in this smelly old tent. Imagine if you had the church.
What brings you
That
around these
settles it.
parts tonight,
Analysis
partner?
complete. Their story checks out. All in all, you really can't tell what that mean programmer grandma was talking about.
Nah,
Goodbye, officer.
they're definitely lying to me.
Rigorous self-critique.
Oh.
Here it is. Hard facts from the man you are. You once jerked off in the locker room and were caught.
Oh.
You held a young woman by the arm and kept her in your apartment for 20 minutes against her will. That's right. These are not flights of fancy. These are real deeds, Harry, emerging from the darkness of your past. You tried shooting a fleeing suspect in the foot, but hit him in the pelvis, crippling him for life. And, above all, you let life defeat you. All the gifts your parents gave you, all the love and patience of your friends, you drowned in a neurotoxin. You let misery win, and it will keep on winning till you die, or overcome it.
Oof. That is not the right content warning, just for the record. That is for mortuary assistant, no doubt. Huh. Yeah, I'm not happy. Just to be clear, I'm not happy that fucking Dick Santis decided that he was gonna be important or something. Sucks a big one. Sucks a big one. But that's why video games are existing, so that we can experience that for a little bit. Oh, right, these are all the things that I can interact with. Got it. Okay.
Huh? I see you're here again.
Why are you calling me?
It's not easy to reach a harmonic resonance of signs without some
Escapism is tight.
Nah. You heard me.
Okay, but
I'm
are you
doing
sure?
what I can.
It's not easy for him. It probably took him years to get used to Andre.
Were you unhappy with your rigorous self-critique? No, actually, it's good. It's good. It just feels bad because, you know, it means you have to, like, think about your failings as a human and all that stuff. It was a little too rigorous. Oh, actually, I want to go talk to that old lady again, see if I can get her to sign my shit. Sign my petition!
The old woman still hums her unknown song. She opens
Oh
her
wow,
eyes
I'm not
to
good at that.
acknowledge your presence.
Could you wash this jacket
I
for
can
me?
wash it for you, but it's going to take about a half an hour.
No, we must run around ceaselessly.
I could use a breather.
Yeah, I'll wait.
Well, hand it over then, and I'll see what I can do. Must say, I'm proud of this one. It's stay. Most people here are trying to leave. That said, if lodgings is what you're looking for, I've got a free room. I won't charge you for it. Take it as a gesture of goodwill from the village to the RCM.
There's this guy, Gart, who makes me give him money every night just so I don't die in the cold. Oh, I'm not sure it's appropriate.
Oh, don't. It's your choice.
Why
No
is anyone
skin off
using
my
the room?
teeth. My kids grew up and left like they do. The house is long empty now. I live in the small side attachment. It's easier and cheaper to keep warm. Aye, the room is pretty bare bones.
It
but
would
it's
help
got
me
a
stay in
bed
touch
and
with the
roof over
proletariat.
it. That's more than some folks have around here. You best not be plotting another revolution under my roof. We barely got through the last one.
Yeah, okay.
Don't make an old woman regret opening her house to the police.
Well, if you are not in the hostel in the morning, I'll know where to find you. Here, in a shack.
He's a little relieved you're no longer in that room.
Here, in a
Finally
shack.
have those lamos of matinees off your back, Gratan! This looks like a great place to bring chicks.
I don't think I agree with you, Necktie. Do I want to? Total bachelor pad. It's like that comic about what point on the bell curve we're at. Clip, I don't know. Oh, I do know. Never mind. Yeah, I just disagree with that comic because of concepts of intelligence being generally bogus and eugenics based. So, I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna level it up. I'm gonna check out this fucking shack, though. Check out my new digs.
The door has seen better days.
I'll wait outside to give you some time and privacy to... After we are done with the day, I'll still be staying in the world...
The key turns.
I don't know, I just want to go in and look around. What cool stuff can I steal? Ooh! A fancy jacket?
An old mirror hangs on the wall, half covered in shadow.
Not looking at that mirror. Nothing can make me look in a mirror, not in this game.
A brisk coastal wind still howls against the window of the shack. Occasionally, the waves crawl in under the foundation, producing a low hum. The room feels muffled, like you pulled your hat over your ears. Outside, it is cold and windy, but you're inside, and it feels safe and warm.
What is this place to you?
Oh. Oh, it's my forward base for the coastal part of the operation.
Overhead, you hear the forlorn shriek of seagulls. Far below the birds, a wooden boardwalk filled with abandoned stands, tables and benches, echoes from a long-lost time. A middle-aged man stands in a rundown shack on the edge of a fishing village, listening to the heater hum on the wall.
Thank you, Strange Sensation, for a fair assessment of the situation.
Outside, the howl of the wind has picked up. The waves crash against the stilts again. It's as if you think the thought, but in someone else's voice.
Look under the floorboards.
Well, yeah, I want to look under the floorboards. How do I do that?
On the table, you see a bowl of water, a rough soap, and next to it, a small hand mirror. A straight razor soaks inside the wash basin.
Are you shaving the right
How
hole?
would you know? You haven't even seen your face.
How do I look under the floorboards? I'm not looking in the mirror. I'm not shaving and I'm not looking in the mirror. I can't be persuaded.
Yes?
Alright. Oh yeah, that totally is Idiot Doom Spiral's jacket. It's totally Idiot Doom Spiral's jack. Come here, punk. Let's talk. Let me give you your coat.
Tequila Sunset.
Here's your jacket, fresh washed.
My jacket?
A look of consternation crosses the man's face. He looks at you, then at his bottle, then back at you.
What the fuck are you talking about, Tequila?
You're saying this isn't your jacket?
Balm? That's medium concept stuff. Not my style at all. I can't believe I'm saying this, but maybe you should lay off the booze. It's fucking with your head.
It becomes abundantly clear to you how this man managed to lose his keys, business, friends, and girlfriend. I'm calling it. It's neurological.
Alright.
That shit is so medium concept, I wouldn't touch it with a stick. But yeah, okay. I'm sure it looks great on you.
It's an okay jacket. if you are into that look.
Okay.
Okay.
Great. Oh, wait, I can talk to Kim. Kim!
I've been meaning to have a little chat with you about your sense of style.
Oh, I am so excited about this.
I'm glad you finally started dressing a little more like an officer of the RCM. Keep it up.
Your half-brother is proud to stand beside you.
Regular cop, regular clothes. I feel like it's really cramping my style. Why aren't you wearing a pig suit?
Officers above the rank of sergeant are granted wide discretion when it comes to their uniforms. The idea is that civilians are more likely to open up to someone who's not dressed like a typical cop. You know the expression, the clothes make the man? The right outfit in the right situation can make all the difference in the world.
You're sharp dressed, we could be style buddies.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves, detective.
A warm smile.
Anyway, we should probably get back to the case. Let's go.
I love Kim. Kim is the best. Can I go down here? I don't remember. Oh, I can't go down here. There's a full-on don't go here wall. Allez-vous in? Allez-vous in? Allez-vous in? Allez-vous in? Allez-vous in? Allez-vous in? Oh, can I get down there somehow? Oh, I guess there's stairs right there. Nope, just a suspicious chair. Right, there's the woman who wants to marry me. There's my huge mistake. Oh wow, it's fucking 7:30 in game.
A familiar apparatus lies among the reeds. Another one of Morel's traps. The reeds bend forlornly toward the water. The constant, distant song. This trap is also full of panicked locusts.
Another empty trap.
How are you enjoying the cardio, Lieutenant?
Yep.
Okay, so where's the northeast of the Feld building? Northeast of the Feld building. Which I might have already forgotten where the hell it is. No, it's like over here, right? Church is over there. The Feld building is over there. Oh, places I haven't been. Barrel is recently discarded. Building before you housed the engine must have been a big one. Huh. Here is the church, and here is the steeple where the crab man lives. Where the crab man lives!
This trap's not too hard to spot. The reeds sway, and the wind picks up here. Nothing but locusts in this trap as well.
Empty as all of them. One more of these and we're done. I'm just glad we haven't found some poor cat trapped in one of these.
Well, this means that, yeah, I was gonna say, this means there's a whole area I haven't explored yet. So let's get rocking. Look at all this random stuff. Someone made a campfire. Broken control box for a radio relay tower. A random box near the Wawa. With a scented scarf. Yes, thank you. Tiny inlets. A bird. White polo shirt, +1 rhetoric, -1 empathy. Yes, that is what a polo shirt does for you. Honestly. Oh shit, I got an ad that's about to start. What time is it? 9:30?
The wind has blown a sand dune in front of it.
Okay.
The door hasn't been opened
What are we
in a
thinking? What are
long
we
while.
feeling?
You see a handle.
What is this thing anyway?
It's military. A service depot of some sort. The washerwoman mentioned a depot up the coast. She said it was for moving ammo and cargo across the bay. This might be it.
Sounds right. Okay, so do a quick little ad break, do a quick little bio break, do a quick little break of multiple varieties, and then come back here, reevaluate the traps. Play a little bit more and then figure out who we're raiding, right? Does that sound like a plan to y'all? Because it sounds like a plan to me. There's the final trap. What do we got?
This is the last of the traps. The one Morel just set. The reeds hiss and shake in the darkness. The later it gets, the colder. Remnants of the camp can still be seen in the sand. The fire that's gone
Steph
out.
is painting a steampunk witch.
You feel strange, somehow.
That's gotta be what I do.
The trap feels light and silent as you pick it up. Something is different here. No locust. No phasmid either, but still.
Look closer still.
Well, the bait worked on something. This doesn't mean it was a reed monster, though. Unless you see one in there, I just see an empty trap.
Oh, what if it was the Phasmid?
Right. Anyway.
The reeds, the later it gets.
Oh, okay, cool. All right, we're gonna quick save. I'm gonna go do a quick break, and then first night of painting done. I got all my commandos skin colored. We'll see if it doesn't look like complete hot dog water tomorrow. I have faith in you. I have big faith in you. I also have faith that I'm gonna be right back. So don't go nowhere. We're just gonna take a quick little break and then play probably to the end of the in-game day. I think that makes one of us. Look, I have the utmost faith. Is there a glitch or is there another trap there? No, it's supposed to be there. That's the same trap I just looked at.
You've checked all.
Yeah. Anyway. Alright. Doing a quick be right back. Just a quick little be right back. Do this. I need to go talk to this cryptozoologist. I need to go to the Whirling and Rex for so many reasons anyway. Alright, let's go. Oh, was there like a fast travel option that I had at some point? I forgot about that. I have to get a copy of the map. Alright. Nope, go down the stairs. Thank you. I think you did unlock that, but hell if I know how to use it. I mean, yeah. Man, I did nothing relating to the main issue today, huh? That main crime that happened, didn't interact with it.
In Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone, a pull-out, a metallic
Nope, not
drill,
that one.
a pull-out
I wanted
toolbox.
radio.
This is Precinct 57. How may I assist you?
Jamrock
I'm
Public
afraid that's yours.
Library.
It says here that...
Oh,
You
that's
should
a
try
pain in the
again,
ass.
Anything else, detective?
Report a
One
corpse.
moment. Can you please describe the body? Age, sex, cause of death?
You baked your noodle pretty good, though. Yeah, a little bit.
We suspect he might have been inebriated when he fell. There were bottles all around him, and traces of vomit on his shirt.
Any signs of violence? No field autopsy necessary. What about his belongings? Did you examine his clothes? Any information on the library card? Good. Do you and Lieutenant Kitsuragi want to take the case? Or I have assigned the case to Lieutenant Kim Kitsuragi. Please
Lieutenant.
follow up on this library lead to identify the man. That's all for now. Thank you for reporting in. Is there anything else I can do for you?
I think that's that.
In the cabin, you see a set of steering.
All right. Gonna have to do that when it's not that hour. Oh, there you are. Let's chit. And
It's great to see you again, officer. My wife can't wait to thank you.
Oh, sweetie, I don't even know how to thank you for finding my husband and helping him out. I hope we haven't been too much trouble for you.
I'm basically also a cryptozoologist now.
I knew it.
I'm not surprised. It's already getting out of hand.
Well, in that case, sweetie, let me give you a small token of my gratitude.
What?
It's a tie, Mexican origin. The pin is an antique, quite special to the cryptozoological community.
The little silvery knob holding the tie together feels warm in your hand. It's in the shape of an avian skull.
You never told me you'd seen the
You
Phasmid.
don't want to hear about some old woman's ramblings.
Ramblings? Nonsense. Your description of the Phasmid is the most precise I've ever heard.
Darling, I didn't even get the size of it right.
You were a child, my dear. Really. It's extraordinary what you were able to describe. Now go on. Tell our friend about it. He's proven his interest in the field.
Reflexively, the lieutenant read his familiar notebook.
Well, it was summer. I was building a racing track out of sand on the beach near a tall stand of reeds. Quite a tall one. Many times my height, I remember. When
Where was
all
this?
of a sudden...
How old were you?
I'm getting ahead of myself. I was 5.5 in Betancourt in the suburbs. My grandmother had a summer home there.
She'd just started forming memories. Real memories. Not the billowy haze of infanthood.
The strangest moment of my life. I looked up and one of the reeds moved. Not like a plant, but like a living thing. It stood up and looked at me. Its body unfolded like some antique toy. I've never seen anything like it.
She had no fear. Just surprise.
I didn't know this can happen, so I reached my arm and touched the thing. It felt just like a stalk of reed, but it moved, swaying, towering above me. After a while, 20 seconds, a minute maybe, it left, went into the reeds.
Did you follow it?
I tried, but I was only a child. There was mud and high water. I couldn't see it anymore. I was just standing there knee-deep in mud, looking around me.
Where did you go? Don't go.
Then what?
I ran back home to my grandmother and asked her if reeds could walk, and told her they were looking at me. Of course, she just laughed at me, but I knew what I'd seen. For years, it was a story I told at parties when I wanted to impress boys. That sort of thing. Of course, most people just took it as a strange, amusing anecdote. So did I, honestly. But then I met Morel.
We were on a date. Can you imagine? She tells me a story, and it's the most detailed report of the Insulindian phasmid I've ever heard. The sounds. She told me it hissed.
So that's how they met. This is beyond significant for them.
It did, yes. Like reeds in a gust of wind.
The way it moved, the colour, how some of its limbs were white, like marble. It matched perfectly with what I know from other accounts. It was amazing. If it weren't for Lena, I might have given up hope years ago. It's no exaggeration to say that she restored my faith in my profession.
Aww. You were on a date?
Our first, yes.
His limbs are white?
Not all of them. There is some white coloration reported, along with beige, where the camouflage ends.
It's hard to say how big things are when you're quite small yourself. To me, it seemed to be taller than I was then, but that's probably not the case.
What do you think
I
of
thought
this?
it was a wonderful story, man.
But I don't believe it. A child left unattended on a warm day. Children make up stories and then end up believing them.
Thank you for sharing this with me.
You're welcome, sweetie. I do appreciate the chance to relive it whenever I get one. It was just such an impossibly sunshiny day. So warm.
And she could get up and walk right into the reeds on her own. Into the mud. Anywhere.
You know, to hell with it. Let's have more cryptids.
Yeah!
Of course, officers. Is there a particular cryptid you two are interested in learning about?
What's the tiniest cryptid?
Cryobacter catlensis. Yes, a unicellular bacterium that was discovered in one of the northernmost points of Kotla on the Boreal Plateau by renowned geologist Caitlin Mijanou some 70 years ago. The bacterial colony Mijanou found had remained alive while frozen in ice for longer than anyone could reliably estimate. Certainly from before recorded history, Mijanou disappeared shortly after injecting herself with the bacteria she had brought back to study. No doubt in hopes of prolonging her own life.
I mean, there's an immortal geologist? Why would you prolong your life? I intend to live forever too, as a symbol. What? She injected? Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
The bacteria had survived in the ice since times immemorial. It is not hard to see where she could have gotten the idea.
I mean, yeah, but...
It's actually a little hard to see. But do go on.
I have to say an Apocalypse Cop thing because it's so wild.
Mijanou did talk about the end of the world a great deal before her abrupt departure. Everyone thought the bacteria had driven her mad, but she really was a brilliant woman. Maybe the Cryobacter catlensis allowed her to see something no one else could.
Is this a cryptid on the pen you gave me?
Yes. It's the kind green ape. Half war story, half undiscovered species in the genus Homo. Yes, it was reported by soldiers in South Safra during the war. The kind green ape would visit bunkers during the night, healing wounded soldiers with its saliva. Yes, it has amazing healing qualities. Some soldiers reported growing back limbs, regaining their sight. Indeed, there is. It's our closest relative among the cryptids. Same taxonomic family, different genus. Which is to say, the kind green ape is a species with which we share a common ancestor and that evolved parallel to our own. Just like your partners.
Garbage ape spit on him. I'm pretty sure Kim is the same species as us. To suggest otherwise is stupid.
The lieutenant looks at you, pleasantly surprised.
Oh, no, I didn't mean to imply that Saelites are inferior to us in many ways. You are superior. For example, your earwax doesn't have a foul odor like ours does.
A tremendous evolutionary advantage, I'm sure. But perhaps we've had enough speculative biology for today.
Are there any invisible
What an
cryptids?
interesting question. And the answer is yes, there are.
I guess I shouldn't be surprised the little old lady's racist, but like, woof.
Of course. All fairy tales have someone or something invisible in them. Okay, I won't spoil your fun. What is the invisible cryptid?
It's the Col de Mama d'Aqua.
Col de Mama d'Aqua.
Name means thin whisper of sound, and that's precisely what it is. Self-replicating sound waves, invisible and intangible. The Col de Mama is very afraid of us, which makes it incredibly difficult to track.
Why is it afraid of us? Was there evidence of... Yeah, there you go.
Plenty. It's the evidence that led to its discovery. In the 20s, a group of Areopagi ornithologists, that is, scientists who study birds, were trying out a new recording technology for capturing sounds outside the range of human hearing. When playing back recordings they had made in the foothills of the Ea mountain range, they noticed certain anomalies, patterns that seemed random at first, but on closer examination were consistent with the waveforms of songbirds. The scientists soon discovered they could track and even predict what appeared to be feeding, mating, and migration patterns based on sound waves in a strictly delimited range of ultrasonic frequencies, even higher than those of the highest pitched bat calls.
Huh.
She transforms, when speaking about these strange animals, into a confident woman.
Relatable.
They realized that they had discovered
Not the
a
woman
new
part,
species and
talking
called
about your
it the Col de
hyperfixation
Mama
makes you
d'Aqua,
feel confident.
after the Paracanassian name for the voice of God, which is said to be very silent.
Wow.
They grew quite obsessed with these little birds. Even though they couldn't see them, they could distinguish among individual birds and even began to name some of them.
Name them?
Sequester, Time, Joscan. Those are but some of the Mama d'Aqua they followed individually.
What does it sound like?
Like nothing. It's such a high-pitched sound that us humans can't hear it, nor can other animals. It could be ringing right outside your window and you wouldn't even know it. Could be anywhere. Everywhere, even.
Fine, I'll bite. How can an animal be a sound?
Many scientists have asked the same question. Some have claimed that it isn't itself a sound, but a tiny corpuscle that emits sound waves. But there's no evidence to support this theory.
Why is it afraid of us?
That is a sad story. A group of university students assisting with the field work in their enthusiasm for the project, and no doubt because they were preoccupied with impressing their professors, nearly drove it to extinction. They tried to communicate with it and had no other means but sound. So they started sending out sound waves at frequencies they thought might match the Mama d'Aqua's.
Yeah, that's
what
bad.
What happens when a sound wave meets another sound wave of the same frequency, dear?
This lady really should be a teacher. She's really good at the explaining things thing.
They cancel each other out.
Exactly. And these tests were performed so recklessly that when they happened upon the right frequency, well, they wiped out most of the population.
Great regret washes over her. A winding cloth.
After that, the corpuscle appears to have migrated elsewhere. There have been recordings of anomalies similar to those spotted in Ea, but they've been few and far between. It's impossible to confirm the presence of any stable Col de Mama d'Aqua population anywhere.
Of course. A common thread in these. Disappearance and unfalsifiability. I like the story, though, ma'am.
I'm glad you did, dear.
Could it be here now?
It could be. As I said, it could be everywhere. And we wouldn't know any better. It could be ringing all the days of our lives and nights.
Maybe it's predatory.
What if it's predatory?
Not. Don't worry. If it were predatory, we would have found it by the damage it inflicts.
I wouldn't be so sure. What if the damage is also invisible?
Fair.
What about what?
Alright, tell me about this cryptid you got here.
No. It's the cryptid.
What does that mean?
Oh, yes. The eight-eyed teratorn, the largest flying avian ever discovered, with a wingspan of 11.5 meters. It was thought to have gone extinct 3,500
That's a big bird.
years ago. Some even doubted the fossils were real. A mutation, they said. Until...
Like, that's like a 40-foot bird.
Mutation? All of evolution is a mutation.
Until it was sighted by renowned Gottwaldian explorer and naturalist Uwe Plattenkalk in 21.
Uwe Plattenkalk. Yeah, tell me about this.
It happened on a botanical expedition into the vast and unexplored Oamrau Canyon in southeast Ilmara. Dr. Plattenkalk got separated from his group during a sandstorm. The world's largest canyon system, sweetie. It's a barren waste east of the Erg Desert. An ancient riverbed completely dried up. Alone in the blasted desert heat, the doctor wandered eastward, where man hasn't stepped foot in over 1,000 years, since the fall of Pericarnassus. He was lost, without any navigation equipment, and desperately low on water. After a day or two, he noticed a bird high in the noon sky. A great black bird. It seemed gargantuan. Every now and then, the bird would dive down to feed on an animal carcass somewhere on the horizon. But by the time Uwe got there, the teratorn had taken off already, and the carcass was picked clean. This happened many times.
Eat the bird. Uva. It's the only way to survive.
He started hunting it.
Yes, a bird that big has a lot of blood in it, and he was dying of thirst. For many days, Dr. Plattenkalk followed the teratorn until they reached a great canyon wall where the bird finally landed to rest. The professor climbed up there with a rock in his hand. He found the bird sleeping with his head tucked under its wing, a great black pile of feathers on the perch. So he approached, slowly squeezing the rock in his fist. Then the teratorn suddenly looked at him. He could see it had 8 eyes, 4 on either side of its skull, like a spider. And the man couldn't move. He was paralyzed, frozen into place with the rock in his hand.
Spider-bird.
Whatever he did, he could not get closer to the bird. The bird was controlling his mind.
What?
It kept him from approaching. He could step back. Every time he stepped forward, paralysis. Uwe spent 3 days trying until the bird flew away.
Eight-eyed mind-controlling bird? Fuck yes.
Absolutely, sweetie. Cryptozoologists have been tracing it ever since, but Wamrau is vast, mysterious, and holds many secrets.
Tight.
Modern radar telemetry shows great promise. We will confirm this one by the end of the decade.
This one I liked. Not only does it have 8 eyes, and is a living fossil, and the largest bird ever to live, it also does mind control.
Sadly, yes, but there are numerous reports of 8-eyed bird skulls from Ilmara. And then there's the striking resemblance to the Pericarnassian imperial eagle, an ancient heraldic symbol that is hard to pass off as coincidence. The imperial eagle, too, had 8 eyes.
Not really. It's just stylization. The way they drew eyes. It's not a zoological drawing.
Very, very hard.
This one's very famous. Everyone knows it. People will be looking at that tie on you and thinking, that man is into cryptids.
Fuck yeah, that's the goal.
So, what else do you want to know?
I just can't get enough.
I'm glad you like them, but I'm not really one to tell you about all of them. You should ask my husband if you get the chance. He's the real expert.
Nothing like the gratitude of a good woman.
He tries to play it cool, remain professorial.
I checked all
but
the
it
traps.
Okay.
One of them was
And
empty.
completely empty?
Nothing in the trap.
No locusts? No phasmid either?
That's not ideal, but I definitely left that one stocked.
Right from the campsite? Just means the Insulindian phasmid is even more clever than we thought.
Suppose.
Of course, more clever.
You're dealing with a subject near and dear to their hearts. It might behove you to tread lightly.
Yes, the Phantasmadeia picked off the locusts and escaped. This is good news, though we'll have to reconsider the design of the traps, make them more secure.
Another trip to the Reeds.
Where the fuck is Gary? Like, I haven't seen him the whole time. Is that him? Right there? Where the fuck is this Gary guy? Alright.
Of course. Be sarcastic. Unless you have an alternative hypothesis you'd like to venture. Mine stands, okay? Actually, no. Excuse me for getting emotional. This is a big deal for us. You've helped us twice now, and brought some great news too. My gratitude, and the gratitude of the Société Cryptozoologique de Ravachol, is yours.
Heartfelt gratitude. But does it feel like closure? What really happened?
Thank you, it's an honor. We should probably return to our main investigation here. This has been refreshing, but...
Helping cryptozoologists isn't really a priority for our organization, is it? The lieutenant looks out the window, impatiently.
Oh, let's go for it.
Consider the way the empty trap was disturbed, as though shaken. Most likely the hands of a young person. Hands small enough to fit inside the trap, too.
Oh.
You should ask the red-headed boy, Kuno.
A little hooligan.
Oh, my dear Morel. You've been an old man for too long. Kids love to torment insects almost as much as they love to torment old folks.
Delinquents, my favorite.
Oh, you've been such a dear to us. Please, let us know whatever you turn up.
Well, I see you've got all the help you need. I'll see you tonight at my place. Let's play suzerainty, but no more field trips for me.
Really, Gary? We're getting somewhere here. I'd love to play suzerainty, but...
Lena, I'm sorry, but you're not getting anywhere. It was some kids. I know the little mutants around here. Leave anything out in the open and they'll steal it. Even if it's bugs. Morel, it's been fun. Really. But I need a bath and I have deliveries to handle. When this tea is done, I gotta run.
No need to apologize, Gary. You'd be more than helpful.
Fuck Gary, though.
Very generous of you to help us out, officers.
Oh, time to save scum. That's my name.
Always a pleasure. Officers.
That shirt looks very uncomfortable on him. Look at the buttons, barely keeping that thing together, as if something is ready to rip out from underneath.
Something worn underneath?
Yes, like a piece of ceramic armor, for example. One that makes a clicking sound when the plates meet each other, resembling pearls or marbles, stolen from the corpse in the yard near where he lives.
I see you're a connoisseur of high-quality combat gear.
I knew you'd figure it out, officer. I'm sorry I didn't tell you at once. I was ashamed of what I did. And I didn't want you to know.
This shame.
Gary, what's going on?
I took the hangman's cuirass.
God damn it, Gary.
I know.
Shame on you. Give the cuirass to the officer at once. Gary didn't mean to interfere with your investigation officers. He's just thick-headed and poor as dirt. But he's always helped us, given us a place to stay. And he's followed Morel into God knows what jungles.
He's a loyal friend.
Why did you really put those clothes in the trash?
Everyone was picking those pieces off him, and I was watching them do it. And they scattered his... So I went there to take out the trash and started cleaning up. All those rags on the ground, him swinging up there, and I had a lapse of honor, sir. I thought, he's a foreigner. They all say he wasn't from here. Only the cuirass was left. So I stripped it off him. It was early in the morning. No one saw me. I took it with me. It was a mistake. Had I known it'd give you guys trouble, I wouldn't have... Fuck.
It's okay. It was a loose end, and you are tying it up now.
I'm so fucking sorry I called you Yellow Man. Seal-like officers commanded the suzerain's navy. Most of them sided with the king when...
It's difficult to say what the lieutenant thinks of this historic apology. His face does not belie emotions.
Why'd you lie?
Because I was weak. I should have told you the moment I saw you.
He's a scaredy cat.
Yeah, fair.
I always thought it was the Union, but
He sighs again, hangs his head, and unbuttons his shirt fully. A cuirass that matches the
Thank
dead
you.
man's boots comes into view, but so light to hold, like a bag of cotton.
We're done here, Gary?
Yes, absolutely. I will never do anything like this again.
Damn right. Oh, I can fucking wear the shit? Wild. Oh, that's cool as hell. I'm gonna miss the neckties. Oh, it's a fucking bolo tie? Perfection. Perfection. I'm gonna miss the horrid neckties statements, but I love. I guess let me talk to Gart. Yeah. I'll talk to Gart.
Can I help you?
Found a new bird.
What is this thing?
Thought it would look nice on the wall. I'm that kind of cop.
What? The interior decorating kind? You know, I'm sorry. This is actually a nice bird. A competent piece of taxidermy.
I hope the Terrason talks to me too.
I can fix it to the plaque and have a new bird in the establishment, I guess. So, I don't know. Thank you. I'm gonna go with thank you.
People just don't know how to accept gifts, especially taxidermy.
I feel good about our work here today. It's all about the little things, like bringing people random stuffed animals.
Thanks, Kim. All right, we'll call that. You know. Oh, that was beautiful. That was beautiful. Oh, there's still so much to figure out. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. How does anybody get anything done? Okay, alright. We're calling it. We're calling it. We're gonna do some raiding. I want to go to that main menu. I want to wait. And then let's get the raid, you know? Let us get raid. Oh, that's a cool looking witch. I like that witch. Cool. That is what we're gonna do. We're gonna raid Steph. No surprises. What is there to say? Is there anything to say? I love you. Tomorrow, I'm gonna be back midday for painting. I'm gonna be painting one of the gobos that Shiny Mew very kindly provided to me. Excuse me, I haven't decided if it's gonna be Princess Peach or if it's gonna be Rita Repulsa. But a thick gobbo is a thick gobbo, so we're gonna have fun no matter what. Then I'll be back on Friday playing some Alien Isolation in the middle of the day. Lots of daytime streams because I have nighttime experiences planned out. And then the week after, we'll be doing some things. I have no idea. I haven't dealt with that yet. So, until next time, be good, be kind, love each other, or at the very least, don't get caught. No, but you should love each other and all that stuff. You can do that without being good, you know? Make trouble, but do it lovingly. Yep, that's the one.